Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing a impromptu stream for today because, as you guys might have noticed by now, there was a Nintendo Partners Direct. A very special one, really stacked with all this awesome stuff. I think like Control was coming to Switch, a bunch of other games. And also the introduction of the Breath of the Wild Age of Calamity demo. Yeah, that's right, Breath of the Wild, my favorite Muso series. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity had a demo. I'm not going to be picking it up. I know some people were asking about it, but I'm going to wait until the full release. I know that you can transfer stuff, but to be honest, like the point of a demo really is just if you want to actually play it, or if you don't know if you want to play it, then this is kind of your test drive. But for me, I knew the moment they announced it that I was going to go play it. Yes, lots going on, lots to talk about, particularly the existence of No More Heroes. That's right, No More Heroes 1 and 2. Two of some of my absolute favorite games on the Nintendo Wii has finally come to Switch, and it is glorious. I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far. And, as luck would have it, for those of you guys that have been around for a long time, way back in the day, July 2019, we left off. We had to cut the stream short really quickly because some personal stuff had to happen. Uh, Wait, is this the same music from the thing?
Let me guess.
Wait, hang on. Let me just watch. This is important. Oh no! Okay, so yeah, okay, so that song's gone. The original song got changed. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. For those of you guys that were here way back in the day, July 2019, we are at the exact same spot from where we left off when we played this game on the Wii. So, big treat to all you guys. It's been a real slow burn, but we're going to see how much further in the game we can get. Also, for spoiler's sake, even though the battles themselves are kinda spoilerish, but I'm going to be skipping all the cutscenes. If you guys want to see the cutscenes, please buy the game. That's all. So yes, this is the part where we left off back in the day, way back in the day. And yeah, happy to have you guys around along for the ride. Markman, Dark Bright, Swampert, hello! Yeah, you know what? I guess while we're on the way, we're also going to talk a little bit Age of Calamity. I made the conscious decision to not pick it up, to not download the demo. It's not because yeah, it's mostly just because I want to avoid it. The thing about Age of Calamity is that it's the game that I want to play, and I'm going to be playing it a lot, so there's no harm in waiting a little bit longer. But No More Heroes is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm really excited to be playing it again. A lot to say about this game. It's a very special game for several reasons. It is one of Suda51's most well-known works. It's definitely the most untainted work. I've played quite a bit of his games this year. I've played Killer 7, I've played Killer is Dead. Also, I began the year replaying No More Heroes 1 and 2, so it's kind of funny that we're kind of back at it again. Sometimes you don't need to worry about it too much. But yes, I'm very excited though, because this is to help people get revved up in excitement for No More Heroes 3, which was formerly my most anticipated game of 2020. But unfortunately, a bunch of stuff happened in 2020 that caused a lot of things to get pushed back. So it turns out my favorite game of 2020 is probably going to end up being Age of Calamity anyway. Auto Squad, how you doing? Maybe not Age of Calamity. I don't know, but I'm hoping it's Age of Calamity. Other game contenders for 2020's favorite game of the year would be Origami King, probably. I loved Origami King. And Doom Eternal, those are like two completely different games. Oh man. Okay, so this is more or less where we left off from last year, leading up to the boss fights, but we're gonna quickly get through all this, and you guys will see what we missed while we get people to funnel in. Until then, though, how is everyone? I don't usually stream on weekdays, just because I know people are busy with school and such, but I couldn't resist. Like, this is one of my favorite games. I had to start streaming it. I'm just really excited. For people that are curious about the series, it's really good. Some ideas might go over some people's heads over the subject matter of this game, what this game is supposed to represent. It's also a very violent game, if you guys haven't noticed already. But if you guys have the stomach for it, or you have a taste for bloodshed, this is definitely something to look into. Artistically, this game has aged stupendously. This is one of the best looking games on the Wii, and it is no slouch with all these upgraded graphics as well. Let's see what we can get here. Oh, also, for anyone that's wondering, I am playing on the Pro Controller. Hopefully the battery doesn't run out before the stream. I've been using it all day today. Yeah, so that's the thing though, going back to Age of Calamity, I won't be playing the demo. I know you do get a bit of head start, but that's not really going to matter in the grand scheme of things for me, because, again, my intention is just to play the heck out of that game. But until then, let's enjoy old games for now.
I'm gonna kill you.
What other games I've been playing? Oh, I've been playing Beautiful Joe, another lovely game. From the creators of Bayonetta and Wonderful 101 comes this really old, like 2003 game. Oh, you gonna dodge me now? The only thing I don't like about this port is, yeah, so a lot of the music has changed, and they just so happen to be some of my favorite tracks as well. There was the K Entertainment music, which got changed for some reason. I noticed that in the dance party that Sylvia was in, they changed the song. It's the same song that plays in Dr. Naomi's lab, and for some reason they changed it. I don't know why. It's a really good one, but oh well, I guess that's what the originals are for. We'll put it up on YouTube. Pretty sure it already exists, but I don't know why they changed it though. Anyways, overall though, like, this game, it performs wonderfully. There's no issues with things like lag or frame rate, especially when things get chaotic in the game. There's no stutters, visually speaking. It all looks super clean. Like, it's very, very good. Yeah, No More Heroes, I think part of what makes it stand out, compared to most games, especially of its time, back in 2008, is that it made no delusions about being a video game. Like, it never tried to fool people into otherwise. This is as video gamey as games get. Very similarly to games like The Legend of Zelda, where you don't really need a reason for things to happen because participating is fun enough. But if you are willing to look into it though, there is an interesting story, particularly when it comes to No More Heroes. Back when they announced No More Heroes 3, I was actually thinking of doing like a sort of a, I guess we'll call it a video essay for the sake of things. I don't like the idea of calling it an essay because that sounds boring and it's cliche. But essentially, the thing about No More Heroes 1, 2, and most of Suda 51's games in general, actually, or Goichi Suda, is there's a lot of underlying themes about the games themselves, and that's kind of something that I really appreciate about No More Heroes, is that I think it was one of the first games where it was about something. You know, it was about something that was kind of poignant and also very, what's it called? Very, what's a nice word? It's like a very good like bookmark of the age of which it came from, where a lot of people like a lot of games that are released, they had to pull a lot of strings in order to get people or convince people to buy their games. This is before streaming came out, where streaming was like a huge source of marketing for a lot of game developers these days. It's crazy how much the landscape has changed since 2008. But, yeah, like, No More Heroes was essentially like almost a commentary and a parallel to the gaming industry of the time, and I think in many ways it still has similarities here and there, but most, like, broadly speaking though, a lot of it is just to do with how developers and players, or consumers, are at odds with each other, and how they interacts with each other as they, like, you know, one side wants to get the best possible experience, and the other side, optimistically speaking, wants to provide that same great experience. This one or two, which one is better? I like both of them a lot, but it's tough to say because, okay, so I'd say that overall I think one is the more replayable one. I think one, because of how easily streamlined everything is, it's a little bit... it's a lot more on the ground. 2 is a lot more ambitious. It does have its issues, but like it's like peaks and valleys with that game, where sometimes there are parts that are really repetitive in Desperate Struggle and kind of annoying, but when it has good ideas, it has some really, really good ideas, particularly with some awesome scenes, some awesome dialogue, some interesting boss fights. That's kind of the thing about No More Heroes 1, is that the boss fights of this game are pretty straightforward, but I think the boss fights of 2, sometimes you get a really, really, really good fight, and other times you have the fights that are like, I wish I didn't have to deal with this. It becomes more apparent towards the end game of No More Heroes 2, where you switch characters part way. Yeah, like No More Heroes 2 is a bit of a mixed bag. I like it a lot still. It does have issues. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it does have plenty of great ideas that it brings to the table that I think make it worth visiting as well. I bought both of them, though. I don't know if I'll play 2 on stream because of... The thing about 2 is that it's kind of a weird game to stream as well. Like in the sense that there are literally some moments in the game where I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to do this part. But again, like it's kind of like, you know, some of the best parts of 2. It depends, but I like both of them though. My favorite part of this game, I would say, is whew. Oh man, okay, no, wait a minute. That wasn't even a question for me. That was Bad Girl. She was my favorite part of this game. Okay, so I'm gonna skip the cutscenes. You all know what this is. It's a really good one. Ooh, double S rank. Nice. Made ourselves a fair bit of cash. Hey, Jared, we made it! So yes, this was exactly the point that we left off at July 2019. Hey, Chronos! Chris! Good to have you around. Oh, it's funny that Chronos is here, because I was actually thinking of you when I was changing Travis's clothes, because there's this one character from the Bizarre Jelly 5 of the shirt that he's wearing. This is probably the closest we have to a Pyra color scheme. Short hair, and then the jacket that I have is a brighter shade of red. Kind of matches Pyra. I had Pyra on the brain when I was doing this. Oh, that's another thing that I liked more about Desperate Struggle. The amounts of customization for Travis. You can give him so many different outfits. That's kind of what it is, though. 2, it's a much more ambitious game than 1, and it's the kind of thing where, yeah, the highs and lows tend to be a little bit more extreme, whereas with this game, the worst parts of No More Heroes 1, like, you kind of do them grudgingly. You're just like, I guess I have to do this because the video game has to happen. And then the best parts of this game is like, ooh, okay, well, I like this part a lot. Whereas with No More Heroes 2, it's like, my eyes roll back really, really far at certain parts of the game. Especially, it's mostly apparent in the levels of No More Heroes, I think. Of No More Heroes Desperate Struggle. The levels of that particular game, they tend to be extremely lengthy. Like, it's odd. Like, they really banked hard on hoping that the player would like the combat system. The combat system wasn't bad. It was very reminiscent of contemporary action games of the time, but part of what made No More Heroes 1 so interesting is that it wasn't a contemporary action game. That's not to say that No More Heroes 1 is perfect either. Like I said, it's complicated because there are some parts of No More Heroes... There are some parts of No More Heroes 1... Sorry, not 1, 2, where the combat, like, it really stands out. Like the Peony. The Peony was my favorite weapon in that game. I don't know how to do this one. Do I have to do this one? I guess we have to do this one. Okay, we're cleaning graffiti. Yeah, it's not that I don't want to play. I guess I'll wait until, like, New Game Plus. Maybe that's the best way to go about it. Because I remember replaying 2 earlier this year, and yeah, like, the highs and lows of that game. Like, there were some, like, really awesome highs in No More Heroes 2. really, like, there are some really good scenarios. That's the thing. It's a very mixed bag because like the levels of 2, there are some levels where I'm like, oh gosh, please no more of this. I'm bored. But then there are ones where it's just like, yo, this is awesome, perfectly paced. It's very uneven, but I'd say that the game is worth it specifically for those great moments, even if it means enduring some of the boring moments. Also, the direction was different as well. Suda51 was I think he was just I guess he was a producer, which is something that he doesn't really like doing that much, but yeah, he was a producer for that game, but he wasn't the director. No More Heroes 3, he's back in the director's chair, and I'm super excited for. Assuming that it's like, assuming that there was going to be no like corporate interference. Wait, oh. Assuming there's going to be no corporate interference, I kind of doubt it. I feel like there's going to be a lot more. Oh. I feel like there's going to be a lot more in the way of like giving him his creative reign. As long as we have that, we're going to have what's effectively a Killer 7 kind of situation. With Killer 7, Capcom, in a miraculous move, did not interfere with Suda51's creative process. This was way back in 2004. Swampert, thank you very much for joining us, man. Wait, I've actually never done this one. Wait, oh, I've done this one, but I don't remember it. I should have just skipped it. Why did I do this? Oh, do you know what? This is a necessary evil, I think. Because I need to do these jobs in order to unlock the better assassin missions, and by unlocking better assassin missions, we'll get better money down the road. What the heck? Where's the graffiti, sir? Oh man, I remember this now. I remember this being like a really, really bad source of income. Or at least it was for me, because I just don't know how to do it properly. Kirise, hello! Welcome! So the guy... Okay, so anyways, going back to what I was saying about Killer 7, though. Like, that was... I think that's probably one of the best games I've played all year. It's so unique. It's so interesting. Very fun. Like, it doesn't look very fun if you were to look at footage of it, but Killer 7 is actually a very fun, rewarding experience. It's fascinating. It's like, we've not seen this kind of game. Oh, it's on the map. What am I even doing with my life? No More Heroes 2 is in 60 FPS? That's good to know. Looking forward to it. I don't know, because like I've already said my piece about 2 earlier, but I guess for those of you guys joining the stream now, it has issues, No More Heroes 2, but there's plenty of moments that justify picking up the game specifically for those key moments, because those are some really, really good moments. Like I said, the highs are very, very high, and the lows are quite low. It's like the more extreme version of this game, I find, in terms of like the good and bad. It's exciting though. I like this move that they've had where they're going to be porting the game. Like, anyone could have predicted this. This was a pretty predictable move, but it is nice to actually have it be a thing. And very timely too. It's funny, I remember with the Super Mario All-Stars 3D All-Stars, I remember they announced that, and they made us wait like 2 weeks before releasing it. And then there was the 3D World game that was released. Yeah, I did terribly at that one, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to subject you guys to that. It's one of those things where, like, in that scenario with Mario, like, that game was coming out, but they still made us wait. Whereas this one, like, they had it all under control. So the moment they gave us more No More Heroes news, they gave us the 2 ports, and I was just like, this is the best scenario. I was glad. I was very glad. I literally didn't have to do this. I literally didn't have to do this, but okay. You know, okay, let's quickly do this. Just make some big money while we're here. Ah, Michelle Lee! This is a blast from the past, eh? A blast from the past. For you guys that don't know, No More Heroes 1 was one of the first non-Zelda games that I played on the channel. How's the game? The game is running very, very well. I heard that No More Heroes 2 was running nicely, but this game, it's like, because I recently replayed, I played No More Heroes 1 twice this year alone. I played that game a million times, I think, but like, I played it again, it was like a month ago, the last time I played, on the original Wii, and like, everything looks cleaner, everything looks more crisp, there's no frame rate dips to speak of, even when things start getting crazy. It's great. Like, the only thing I don't like about this game, and this is a very minor thing because it does not affect me right now, is that a few of the songs were replaced. Two that stuck out, there was the pop song that plays in Naomi's lab, and the the SMT sounding music from K Entertainment. Okay, let's play DDR for death. No, wait, no, it's Simon Says for death. Simon Says, Ripper of Souls! Oh, by the way, how's the volume? I lowered the volume intentionally because it looked like the levels were kind of big. If it's too soft, let me know, and if it's just right, let me know. I don't know why the songs were replaced, all I know is that they were, and that's strange, because, like, unless, like, Ubisoft owned them, because I know Ubisoft was the original publisher, but I don't know. It's weird, I have no idea why, but two notable songs were changed, which is kind of sad, because I quite liked those two songs. I feel like they were a big part of what added to this game, because one of them was like that pop song, which I thought was like, it was a really cute thing that existed within this extremely violent and disturbing game, and the other one was like the SMT, like you're choosing what humanity is going to look like kind of game. I know. Like, this is the kind of game that, like, it's fun to get back into. There's several reasons for that, I think. I think the first reason why No More Heroes 1 is so replayable is because it's very simple. There's nothing particularly convoluted about the combat style. It's, you do this, and then you do this, and you take less damage than your enemies by doing more damage to them. Very basic, very easy to understand, and similarly to No More Heroes 2, that one's more like blow steamy kind of game, where you're just wailing away and destroying enemies with a bunch of different weapons. You know, that kind of stuff, it's very easy to get into, it's a very easy play for your brain. So that's the thing though, is it's like, it's kind of like the reason why... Oh, do you know... Wait. Oh, no, but then that... tricky game that we're playing right now. No, let's just move on. No, wait! We need to talk to Naomi. There's actually quite a bit of stuff that needs to be done before we enter the next mission. Hopefully, guys, you'll stay with me for then. But yeah, it's interesting because, like, this is the kind of game where... It's kind of like the easy listening, easy television kind of game where, like, you just pop it in and you enjoy yourself for however long you want to, and then you move on to other things. You don't really feel like there's an agenda. The flow is very predictable, so it's not like... Well, I think that was kind of an issue that I had with No More Heroes 2. As much as I like... I don't want to sound like I hate No More Heroes 2. I like it a lot, but... The more I think about it, it's like, this is... Yeah, there are some interesting choices in there that kind of stood out and why I didn't like it as much, but I still liked it a lot. I just want to point that out. But yeah, it's like... A lot of the flow of No More Heroes in general, though, very predictable. You plug it in, there's no real pressure or anything like that. And then you compare that with, you know, most other games that you want to replay a lot... And there's just so much, like, stuff, like, so many, like, ropes or hoops that you have to jump through. And with this particular game, so that's like the first level of why No More Heroes is so replayable. The other level as to why No More Heroes is so replayable is that it does have underlying significance to it. A lot of Suda51's games, they do speak to a bunch of interesting underlying themes, and not knowing what those themes are the first time around is completely fine and normal. But then you go back and you start noticing a couple of things here and there. You notice all these little touches that they add to the different cutscenes, to the different game styles, and it's really, really interesting. And that's part of what makes like Suda51's games so fascinating, is that you could play them again and again and start noticing different things. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't think we'll... I think we should be okay for cash. But after this, we're going to do the... I think it's Harvey as the next boss. A few bosses. I don't know if we'll go for... You know what? Depending on how much time we have, in between the final boss... In between the last two bosses, we're going to see if we can farm some money, and we're going to get all the upgrades. If we end up getting all the upgrades, then we can get the final true ending, and that will be a great way to finish off the stream if it doesn't take us that long. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, how's everyone's day been? I've had a pretty interesting day at work. Actually, no, talking about work is boring. Stuff happened, No More Heroes was announced, and then I was distracted the entire day. I promise I didn't spend my work day playing No More Heroes. I promise. I promise I only spent my time at lunch playing No More Heroes. If HR is listening right now, this conversation didn't happen. Alright, time for some Pirate Day. It is weird playing this game without the motion controls, but my Joy-Cons are... the batteries are dead. I have to recharge them. I don't want to say dead, because that means that they're not coming back. They're uncharged right now. Dead implies that even if I plug them in, it still won't work. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a great game. I guess the volume's okay because no one complained about it. Yeah, I was a bit worried because like I heard that like I was looking at the levels and it's really hard to tell with OBS, but I saw that the levels for the game were significantly louder. Rika, hello. Wait, hang on, I wasn't even keeping track of my money. You know what? Let us do another mission. No, but then again, I don't know. Either way, we'd end up having to. Okay, do you know what? This is fine. This is fine. Let's just do this for normal. There's volume is fine. But that's the thing. I don't want to drown out the commentary with the guy going, "Ah, my spleen! Ah, you're getting your jollies? You messing with me? You're getting your jollies? You're messing with me? You're getting your jollies?" I love this game so much. This game looks amazing still. Obviously, they had to touch it up for the port. It's not exactly as it looked. Oh, we can't show that. This is a Christian server. We can't show Sylvia getting rubbed down with oil. Did you know that Sylvia in this game, and in all these games, is voiced by Paula Tiso? And Paula Tiso, as you guys might know, she voiced a handful of characters, not too many. She doesn't have like a wide resume of voice acting, but she also voiced Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates. And as we all know, Camilla is one of the best written characters in all of fiction, and it's why I like her so much, specifically for that reason. Yeah, so like she's that character. She's also Vision from Wonderful 101, if anyone's ever played that game. She was Lulu from Final Fantasy X, which is a game I have not played. And she was... I think those were the only roles that I know her from, but she's great though. In what few roles that she's in, she sells it very nicely. Is this your entry point into the series? Looks good. No, 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 I played this game. This was the punk rock of video games when I was a wee lad of 15 years old. Although I didn't get to play this game until a little bit later. But yeah, I was like very interested in playing this game when I was like 15. I didn't actually start playing these games until I was maybe like, yeah, I don't know, it wasn't until I was 17 actually. And I was 17 around the time No More Heroes 2 came out. CPU1, hello! It's okay if it's been a while. What matters is that you're here right now. Oh yes, please. Don't get killed by America! Oh man, I haven't used this particular one in a while. This will be fun. I'm so used to the Camellia. The Camellia was extremely broken, and I don't know. Moai financial. I botched it. Moving on. But yes, No More Heroes. Okay, so for those that don't know me, No More Heroes 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games on the Wii. Probably the absolute favorite now that I think about it. I didn't play Xenoblade 1 until the 3DS port came out, so I'm not going to count Xenoblade. It would have been Xenoblade otherwise, I think. But yeah, no, the thing about No More Heroes that stands out to me is that there's a couple of layers to it. You wouldn't really realize it, like looking at the game right now, but there's a few interesting layers to the narrative of this game, and a lot of it stems from how much the developer loves gaming, and a lot of that bleeds through. And that's something that I feel like a lot of games these days should try to embrace, is that more often than not, games should stem from a place where you are genuinely excited about making a game, and that's a very, very rare quality, and this game encapsulates that very well. Of course, Suda51's history was a little bit rocky, resulting, and that's kind of what makes Travis Strikes Again so interesting, is that it actually catalogs that sort of struggle that he went through over the recent years, since I think like 2013. I think that was when his last big game came out before he went on a bit of a sabbatical. Harry. Hazel Harry? Harry Hazel? Oh, I apologize if you're the wrong one. Oh, yeah, it's like Hazel Harry was one of them. I might be thinking of someone else if that's not the case, though, and for that I apologize. But yes, No More Heroes 1, though, definitely one of my, like, top 10 favorite games of all time. It's hard to narrow it down to 10 because I've played so many at this point, but it does stand out in the sense that it's born from a very pure-hearted insight. Not pure-hearted, like, intentions, because let's face it, it's called pure white giant Glastonbury. But everything else, though, is just like how everything was formed and structured in that game. I wasn't paying attention to the controls, but that's okay. Watch me play Danmaku Shooter! Oh, I suck at this game so bad. Oh no. This is where I expose myself. I've actually never played this game before. Oh no, what is the special? Oh, that's the special. Okay, you create a giant hole. Oh, and then you activate epileptic seizure in the audience. Thank you, game. Oh, I'm terrible at this. Why did I activate that? Because I could. I saw the chance and I took it. You know what? Sometimes life is about taking chances. I want the tea. Thank you. I'm terrible bad at this, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure this gives you infinite continues. Yeah, we'll continue. Anyways, yeah, I started playing through a bunch of other games as well. Ever since, like, actually, it wasn't even because of because of COVID either. It was just because I wanted to. This is a lot harder than I remember it being. Is this where I fight against the Holy Hand Grenade, or am I thinking about the sequel? I actually completely forgot how to play this. I'm so sorry, you guys. I tried my best. Of course, my best sucks. Okay. Yeah, I actually don't remember this at all. Like, I literally played this like a month ago, and I don't remember this at all. Oh, there it is. I'm terrible at this, but that's okay. We'll just keep hitting it, and then we should get something as a result. One of these days, I'll be able to do this without getting hit. You should. Well, I'm thinking about the sequel. I think where you could play Bizarre Jelly. Yeah, I know. I'm used to being invincible whenever I activate a bomb. That's my problem. Dun, 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 dun. Am I supposed to activate it underneath? I remember you being this difficult. Oh. Okay, that's all we. That was one of the worst shows. That was one of the most shameful displays I've done in a while. Not the most. I think I'm pretty sure I could see worse, but that was one of my worst ones. Ah, yeah, that's my name. And that's exactly how you pronounce it every single time. Okay.
Come on. You can do this.
Telehon
You're
call.
almost to the next rank
Harry
up.
Donovan. Whoops. Sorry.
Winners proceed
There was quite a
to
few, but okay. I do remember
to
Harry Donovan, though.
the eighth circle of hell. But you and I travel.
It's interesting because a lot of these games too, like I think my favorite kinds of games tend to be the ones where it's born from a place where, again, like it was the game that the creator wanted to make, and it wasn't just, oh, we need to pay the bills, so we have to make this game that we know will sell. And in many ways, the theme of No More Heroes actually kind of speaks to that, where there is sort of this deadlock between the player and the developer, and how like the player, we take a bit of a risk whenever we play or buy a game. We have to work hard in order to be able to afford them, and then we finally and we hope that when we do actually put down our money for something, we hope it's worth all the time. And at the same time, a lot of investments and hard work has to be put into games themselves that developers have, and they hope that their passion will result in people actually enjoying what they do, and at the same time, yeah, does help them afford stuff every day.
of
Time for the
madness.
Garden of Madness. So there wasn't too much to talk about in the No More Heroes 3 trailer. We saw Shinobu. We know that Shinobu was going to be around because of Travis Strikes Again. We saw her in like a sort of a Kill Bill outfit, kind of reminded me of. It's probably just because it was yellow. That's literally the only similarity. But yeah, like there was that. Um, we saw the character with the French accent. We don't. I'm going to assume that's Sylvia. It's weird because the last time we canonically saw Sylvia was in the Travis Strikes Again DLC, and the art style for the visual novel segments are completely different, so she looks really weird in that one. So yeah. Wait, no, I meant to save. Ah, whatever. It's kind of gross sitting down in the toilet but then not doing anything with it, so you just up and leave. I could never do that. Okay, there's the HP. It's okay, we'll fight the boss. I'm gonna skip all the cutscenes just so you guys know. So there is some stuff, but we're gonna fight against a magic man. So yeah, apologies if you guys want to see cutscenes, but if you really, really want to see the cutscenes, don't watch them on YouTube. Actually, just buy the game. Ooh, unblockable doves. Oh yeah, this is the Beat Saber guy. Forgot about this dude.
Check it out.
Here we go. Oh man, the Game Awards one from 2019 was probably my favorite trailer, period. Like, it was really good. It kind of looked like a level 5 RPG, like Ni no Kuni. But then, as soon as you hear Fu's voice, though, then you just knew that something was wrong. And it was great.
Welcome to the nightmare.
Okay.
Check it out.
Oh, come on.
Watch this.
This particular boss fight's actually quite forgiving when it comes to the timing, because usually if you get hit, that should lock you out of doing a counterattack. But sometimes the game says yes.
Music, begin. Welcome to the nightmare. Assistant.
Also, part of the reason why I wanna, yeah, like, because like there's so many surprises within the cutscenes. I don't want you guys to see that. If you want to see this, if you want to actually play the games yourself, and I highly recommend you do. This color scheme, it reminds me of something.
Watch this.
What does it remind me of that I gave Travis? Oh,
Welcome to the
no, Beat Saber.
It's magic.
Oh yeah, because he stuns very easily as well. The thing about this game, though, is that you want to get all your upgrades. If you miss your upgrades, or if you miss too many upgrades, rather, you're just asking for trouble. This was a fairly straightforward boss, but I am playing on normal. And again, with max upgrades. Oh. Then he lives to fight another day! That's how Assassin's Fight works. You don't actually kill each other. He's doing fine. Oh, wait, I quickly want to... Actually, no. We're gonna watch this, though. I like this.
I hope you enjoyed the show.
I would also like to thank you for coming.
This is, a cute little homage to an indie an indie project known as Phantom of the Opera.
I hope to see you all again soon. And have
David
a
Ramirez,
good night.
hello! How you doing? Hooray! The Ith is saved! Ah, yes, the Phantom of the Opera shot. That's all I wanted to show. Okay, that's it. No more cutscenes. No more heroes. More like no more excuses for not playing this wonderful series of games. It's getting a threequel in a couple of months. 2021 is gonna be sick. It's gonna be super sick. Because like, what do we got coming up in 2021? We got not one but two mainline Shin Megami Tensei games. We got that game coming up. We should be getting more details of the Breath of the Wild sequel. I'm predicting that in February there's going to be some Breath of the Wild sequel details. Why? Because that is the 35th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but The Legend of Zelda is Nintendo's favorite child right now. So that's kind of the reason why for me is that like they got something planned. They can't have nothing planned because Zelda is too profitable. That's basically my main rationale there. Something we're getting something for the 35th. Part of me wants to think that it's like just going to be just some news, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they had like something big planned. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because Breath of the Wild was nothing but successful. Even for this year, actually, it's interesting. You look at all the sales of games this year. A large part of it was because of the success of Animal Crossing. A lot of people bought a Switch or multiple Switches specifically to play Animal Crossing. But like, there's only so many things that you can do per day because of how they structured the Animal Crossing events. So a lot of people were like, "Hey, this game got perfect scores across the board on Metacritic. Let's go get this game." So as it turns out, wait, hang on. Wait. Let me focus. I have to no-hit this.
I'll miss you good.
So I really need to. I don't want to waste your time. Is why I'm doing this. Okay. But yeah, like there are, okay. So basically, in March, no, not in March, but in 2020, the sales of a very big game known as The Last of Us Part 2 broke records. In the first couple of months, it has sold a grand total of about 4 million copies. That's very, very good. Breath of the Wild, on the other hand, speaking for the year 2020 alone, sold 4.5 million. Like, even more so than the game that was new. And that's kind of the weird thing, though, is that, it's just mind-boggling how successful that game ended up becoming. Ooh, we're playing the Meow Meow game. Yay. But yes, but yeah, like 2021 though, outside of some Zelda speculation, we also have the Bravely Default game is coming out. We have so many. It's crazy. And we're getting it. Like there's just a lot really to talk about when it comes to all of that. No More Heroes 3 obviously being my most anticipated game. Was my most anticipated game of 2020, but of course it had to get pushed back by necessity. So, this is why you don't let Asians drive. Okay. I killed like 3 living things in one breath. I can say that because I'm Asian. I promise. Oh, that's actually the scary part. For all intents and purposes, you'll never know. I could be white. Could be black. You guys don't know. You guys will never know. I could be any race, and I would still be evil for it. Okay, guys. It's time to find ourselves some cats. How do you do this again? Mue. Yeah, so very recently I beat Skyward Sword, a game where I didn't dislike it. It's kind of like how I felt about No More Hero Desperate Struggle. I don't dislike the game, but there were some issues at the time that I was just like, you know, it's good, but it's not one of my favorite games of all time by any stretch of the imagination. I would say that Skyward Sword, yeah, kind of falls in that same line too, even after replaying it. I don't dislike it. In fact, I'd say that I like it more this year than I did in 2011. And I think a big part of that was just the fact that I had played so many different games since then. So whatever preconceived notions I had for what Skyward Sword should have been back in the day, whatever preconceived notions I had were just fulfilled by just literally countless other games that I played. No, that's not countless. 35 I can count. 35 games so far, not including replays like this. Oh! Oh, I goofed. Come on. I didn't realize there were other buttons than A that I had to press. Really subverting our expectations, eh? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, don't ever speak like that again. But yeah, 2021, lots happening. I'm excited for the SMT Nocturne remaster. 2020, more than anything, has been the year where awesome games are remade. Or re-released, whatever the case may be. We had the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, we had Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Deluxe, we had Wonderful 101 Remastered, we have these games. Also, there's that game, that fantasy game, with the spiked sword, the spiky hair and the big sword. I can't remember what it's called. It was a very small game from the 90s. You guys probably don't know what it is. It came out on the PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII. I could go all day talking about Final Fantasy VII because I think that's like one of the most curious games I've played this year in terms of like, I don't hate it, but like it's a very interesting game in that there's a lot of things that I did like about it, but it's like I don't want to replay that game, which is weird because usually for me a mark of a good game is something that I want to replay. Is the No More Heroes worth? Absolutely. No More Heroes, I've said many times before, I'll continue saying, one of my favorite games of all time. That shouldn't surprise people, because I've kind of always been a Nintendo console nerd, so No More Heroes being one of the most notable games on that platform, it might not have the same gravity as games like Mario or Smash Bros. Or Zelda, or any of those games. But No More Heroes has a special place in my heart just because of how unique and fun it is. Oh no. Oh, okay. So this is the one that I grinded for a while.
May you find your overcard?
Darkbright, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, no, we're going to... I don't know if I'll grind this one. I can't remember if this was the one. Because I remember a few weeks ago I replayed No More Heroes on the Wii, and I grinded this one, but I was thinking, oh, maybe this isn't a good idea, because like it was like the best option that I had, but then I remember that the Dark Side assassination mission was actually extremely good, assuming you don't mess it up, and I've gotten fairly decent at not messing it up the majority of the time. Of course I'm going to mess it up now because you guys are watching, and I'm in public, and I can only embarrass myself. But other than that, though, yeah. Oh, also, well, actually, no, we'll talk about that later. I had a plan of doing a birthday stream next Monday. I guess I'll still do it. It's just that this was like a big surprise. I wasn't expecting No More Heroes to get ported. No, not only was I not expecting a port, I wasn't expecting it to get the port to get released today. That was the craziest part. Yeah, no, it's weird, right? Because Final Fantasy VII, it has a lot of weird choices. Because, like, I don't know, I kind of fall into the camp of I wish they just focused on remaking the game. Well, yes, let's not talk about it. Let's not, because I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. There are some differences that they made, and they decided to take the non-simplistic route. We'll just leave it at that. I don't want to spoil Final Fantasy VII, because it literally only came out this year. But I think that would be like the first hint, eh? Because I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, don't spoil it. It's a 20-year-old game." Oh, this is something else. Whoops! Unscript QTEs. It's like the easiest QTE in the world. I like... Oh, so something I really like about this, and this isn't really No More Heroes' fault, it's mine, because my technology isn't the best, or my hardware isn't the best, but a big problem that I had with the original No More Heroes, and I don't know why, but against certain bosses, the motion control didn't work properly. I don't know why. Okay, so that's 70,000. It's certainly faster than the dark side. And I think over time... Who's to say? I don't know. I don't know. I kind of wish I'd calculated beforehand. What I could have done is calculated how much money in total I needed, so that when it is time to play, then I'll be like, okay, I grinded for all this money, so that you guys don't have to watch me grind. But I guess you guys have to watch me grind. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm subjecting you guys to this. No, well, I liked Final Fantasy 13 too, but the thing about Final Fantasy 13 is that it was a game where, even though it had its linear moments, that just meant you didn't miss anything, and it does go into an open area. It's kind of weird now because, well, because the thing about the linearity of Final Fantasy VII, I don't want to talk about it too much, but let me just say this. The thing about Final Fantasy VII is that it's linear in the sense that it apes off of a modern trend that was modern back in, like, 2013. Like, it's very dated for a game of this scale, and that's kind of annoying to me. Part of it is also just like, yeah, like, this game did get delayed quite a bit. Like, there are some issues with overall production scheduling. But yeah, there were a lot of things about that game that felt like very dated purely from a gameplay perspective, but let's not talk about it anymore. I think we should focus on the fact that Travis Touchdown is currently bench pressing. I want to call that... I want to say that this is about 270 plus the 45-pound bar. Yeah, so that's like 315 pounds, effectively, that he's just pushing out like it's no problem. Unless I got the math wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's well over 300 pounds in total. Ah, yeah, I miss... It's sad, because being here reminds me of how my gym... I live in a big city, so my gym... It reopened, but it had to get closed down again, so that's a bit unfortunate. It was a great way to work off steam, but you know, you just have to adapt to these kinds of things. Was not expecting. Okay, what else happened in today's Direct? All I remember was No More Heroes. I remember seeing that No More Heroes 3 was going to be featured. That's all I cared about. Yes, I know, it's cool, the Age of Calamity, but again, I'm getting Age of Calamity when it comes out, so I don't really want to look at it until November 20th. And then after that, it's going to take over my life. That we just learn to accept that. But when it comes to No More Heroes, though, No More Heroes 3 is just... like, way back in the day, but way back in the day, I mean, like, 2017, January, Suda51 showed up on the stage. I was like, yo, does this mean we get No More Heroes 3? And it wasn't. It was actually just that he was going to be having... It was just that he was going to be working on Travis Strikes Again, which is another game that I thoroughly enjoyed. Yes, Bravely Default 2. We haven't. That's the kind of the funny thing about this direct is that all the not all the things, but a lot of the things that we haven't gotten any news for in a while, we got here. I think the only other one that I can think of that we haven't gotten any news for, which I really wish we did, was Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 should still be in production, but we'll see. Because I know that Platinum Games, did sort of like another version of what was known as the Capcom 5, where they had like 5 big exciting projects that they would be working on. The first one being the Wonderful 101 remaster, which was a good game. I might play it on stream someday, if you guys are interested. Wonderful 101 remastered on Switch is a really, really good game. And the other one was Project GG. Don't know about Bayonetta 3 though. Oh yeah, there was also Hitman.
Travis.
I think it was Hitman 3, there was Control, which was a game that was like the greatest game ever made, and then no one talks about it again.
May you find your Poker Puff?
So yeah, there's a lot that could be said, but I think for the most part though, I'm really excited for just what's in store. Like this week, we're getting Pikmin 3 in 2 days. Pikmin 3, I'm hoping to finish Beautiful Joe before then on the GameCube. Then I'm going to play through Pikmin 3, then get Cadence of Hyrule. By the time I finish those games, then it's all about Hyrule Warriors, and that's it. That's going to be the rest of my life, I think, for the rest of the year. Making Hyrule videos. Oh man, I'm really excited for Age of Calamity. Because from what I can tell, they're trying to bridge the gap between people that like Musou games, such as myself, and bridge the gap with people that thoroughly enjoyed Breath of the Wild, which is a very wide net to cast, a very ballsy net to cast. But by and large, though, I'm cautiously optimistic about it, and even if it doesn't quite nail that net, the fact that it's another Zelda Musou game has me excited, and that's all I want to see. That's all I care about. Because I liked Hyrule Warriors a lot. I liked Fire Emblem Warriors. Like DLC practices aside, I thought it was a very, very solid game. Purely for the sake of just clearing out objectives, enjoying that sense of accomplishment, which is something that, kind of what I mentioned earlier today, it's a very easy, it's easy on the brain kind of game. But yeah, Cadence of Hyrule is another game that I'm going to end up playing. Oh gosh, I've played so many games this year. Quite a few from 2020 as well. If I ever have to make a list of my favorite games that I played on my backlog of like 35 games, no, 34, sorry. 34 games. If I could narrow it down to 2020 only games, it would still be a heated discussion because you got Doom Eternal, you got Origami King, you got Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, you got like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which I also quite enjoyed. Apparently Mega Man Zero, the ZX collection for Mega Man was 2020, which I didn't realize, but it is, so that's eligible. Lots going on. No, but that's the thing, though. I think that it's better if people look at Age of Calamity and think, oh, another Hyrule Warriors game, but it seems like to be the polar opposite, from my knowledge, which is fine. Like, it's weird, because you look back at the January 2017 trailer for Breath of the Wild, and people look back at that trailer and said, oh, this trailer's misleading, because it made us think that Breath of the Wild would have a very in-depth story. It does, but the thing is, though, is that the whole point of the structuring is that things are supposed to be experienced non-linearly. So everything's kind of out of order, and the structuring is a little bit sparse as a result. So that's the thing though, like people were disappointed because they had so much expectations for a story. And I think that they're going to fall into that same trap with Hyrule Warriors because people are going to be like, oh, this game looks like it's taking the story a lot more seriously. It's going to be everything that we didn't get in Breath of the Wild, except this is a Warriors game. Warriors games never had that reputation. It's not to say that they can't break free from that reputation, they can't deviate from that, which I'm hoping for, but it is kind of a strange thought process that people think that because this is a Musou game, we're going to get a very deep story out of it. And I think keep an open mind is what I'm saying here. Great if we get a deep story, but if it's not, then enjoy it for the Musou gameplay that they bring out to us, and try to enjoy Musou gameplay for what it is, and not because it's a bad Devil May Cry game. Think of it like that. Okay, here we go. Oh man, we are farming a little bit. The thing is, again, you have to stay on top of your upgrades playing this game. I remember way back in the day. No, it was before the 2019 stream that I did of this game. We did a stream for. I was really hyped because No More Heroes 3 was announced in E3 2019, and I remember when I decided to replay this game. I skipped out on so many upgrades, and I was at the Destroy Man stage, and it was brutal. Because everyone dies so slowly, and they do so much damage to you because you don't have nearly as much health. It's crazy. It was extremely difficult. But then when you have the upgrades, though, it's like a cakewalk, so it's kind of like necessary evil for this progression. And all this is just in preparation for doing the bitter difficulty, which is like the true No More Heroes structuring that they want to go for. Because we are cleaning these guys really fast. I think that's it. Yep. Oh yeah, Persona 5 Strikers. I remember being really excited for that one, but since there's no plans of localization, I was just like, okay, I can't dwell on this then. We shouldn't dwell on things that we can't have. Which is too bad, because I quite enjoyed not Final Fantasy. I quite enjoyed Persona 5. And we have enough money to pay. Yes, I quite enjoyed Persona 5 back in 2017, so seeing a sequel / Musou spin-off for that one would have been right up my alley, because, you know, like I got into Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors on this channel. Very recently, I actually looked at some of my old videos for Fire Emblem Warriors, and it was really, really fun kind of taking that walk down memory lane, looking at what my mindset was, that meta that I had going on. And I think when it comes time to do Age of Calamity, it's probably going to be very similar to that coverage. We're going to be looking at like, oh, this is valuable because of this, this, and this, and this, and kind of showing to viewers that it's not that I want to control how you guys play, it's just that we're going to emphasize the strengths of your favorite character. That's always been my goal when it comes to doing Warriors games. Oh, we got all the upgrades, so we're good. Who's next? Oh, it's Speedbuster. Okay, so I very recently did this fight, and I was just like, this sucks, but now we know how to do it. Oh, okay, I need to do this with the sound on. I've been playing muted the entire time. Okami, Hollow Knight, and Persona. Oh man, 2021, I'm gonna be playing, like, it's not even just new games for me, I'm also, yeah, some games that I have quote-unquote backlogged, but I have backlogs for 2021. One of those games, no, okay, there's a handful of games, but a few of them, if you don't mind me sharing, you have no choice, I've held you hostage here on this stream, is, so I want to get into the Halo Master Chief Collection for the PC, because now I have a competent PC for gaming purposes, And I've always been curious about the Halo series. It's always been, oh, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I can't enjoy Halo because that belongs to the Xbox, and Xbox is evil. But now that I'm older and more open-minded, I can be like, okay, let's try this. Let's try Halo. I'm terrible at first-person shooters, but that did not stop me from getting Doom Eternal, and I love that game. So here we go. The next one is Persona 3. It's a game I've heard a lot about. People rip on it for being different, and you know what? I like different. Okay, this is tricky, because I remember the last time I replayed this, I actually died on my first try. Oh no, his torso went away. He needs that for later. Show me your Yubi. But yes, Okami is a very good game. Would recommend if you like Zelda, you need to play Okami. It's great. It's very chill. Lots of adventure, lots of emotions in that game. Lots of fun. I like it when video games are fun. No More Heroes. Say what you will about how repetitive everything looks. It's fun. Ooh. Where? Really? Okay, fine. Something I like about this remaster, well, I don't want to call it a remaster, that's kind of weird. Something I like about this port is that if you nail Apache slots, what's going to happen is it's actually going to give you some time. It's actually, well, sorry, okay, back in the day, if you got Apache slot buff, what would happen is you would have to wait for it to finish before moving on to the next room. This time, you don't have to wait. It starts immediately. And that's very nice for pacing purposes, and it's part of the reason why I was able to get through this game so fast. Well, also skipping the cutscenes, that's another big part, but... No, I love this game so much! No, watch out for the torso! Yeah, I had trouble with Speedbuster, but it's because I didn't... Well, in my defense... In my defense, seeing what the solution was for Speedbuster wasn't abundantly clear, because I'm a caveman. I will say, this game feels wonderful with a Pro Controller. Like, I like the motion controls, but after a while, after extended amounts of play, my wrists do start to hurt. Oh wait, are we supposed to go to the front? No? Oh, okay, the phone.
Travis, hello?
Another thing, too, that I look for in games is that, well, a lot of Suda51's games tend to be, like, most of them post No More Heroes 2, they wanted to be risk takers, they wanted to be crazier, but a lot of developers didn't allow them to do that. Shadows of the Damned was a very famous example. For anyone that hasn't played Travis Strikes Again, essentially, Shadows of the Damned was supposed to be like a psychological horror game, but the suits at EA were like, no, you're making stuff that's a little bit too weird and nonsensical. You need to change this, this, and this, and this. And it got to a point where the publisher had so much control that it was never the game that they wanted it to be in the first place. Killer is Dead is also a similar game. Like, there are some parts of Killer is Dead that worked, but there were a lot of things that the Katakawa games wanted to add in that was just like, they weren't part of the original conception. And that's a big problem from a creative perspective. There are some parts of Killer is Dead that I still really, really enjoyed. I like the characters, I like the art direction of that game. And the overall gameplay wasn't so bad either, but yeah, there were some points where, like, they wanted to go in a different direction, but they just couldn't. And that's very upsetting. So I'm hoping that No More Heroes 3 is going to be again, more in the hands of Suda 51. And yeah, like I said earlier, it'll be like a Killer 7 kind of scenario.
Yes.
Oh man, Killer 7 was a great game. I wish they brought that to Switch as well. That would be great. I know it came over to the PC, but I got the GameCube version. I might... Well, no, I probably won't stream that one. That's kind of a weird game to stream, in my opinion. But it's definitely one of the most fascinating games I've ever seen in my life, though. Like, it's something else. It's like... It's... You haven't seen it before. It's not... I wouldn't be surprised if he was a Fatal Frame fan, because I know in Travis Strikes Again, Fatal Frame was one of the t-shirts that you can get, that he can wear. Fatal Frame, and Majora's Mask, of all things. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, both the original and the 3D version. Okay, let's do this. That was a mistake. Okay. I have to get into the groove of this particular fight, because if I make too many mistakes, we're going to end up eating into a lot of our time. As long as we have the sound on, we're good. How's the game? Very good, God of Sin. Very, very good. As someone that has played the original game numerous times, this is like... This is perfect. Almost perfect. There's one complaint that I have. It's not a big one, but 2 songs got replaced. I don't know why, but they were. It would be nice if they... Like, but it's not really a complaint, though. It's just... It's a ding on the gaming sins scale. Let's call it that. It's not even a real criticism so much as just like, oh, I noticed that. And I'll draw lots of attention to it because I want to sound smart. But that's about it, though. That's literally it. Everything else about this game is, like, it's wonderful. It's... No More Heroes is a masterpiece is what it is. Kind of reminds me of Dragon God from Demon Souls, except not terrible. Oh, speaking of indie games, Hotline Miami, that was another game that I played this year that I wasn't expecting to enjoy, but I really did. It's hard to narrow it down. It's so many amazing games that I played this year, even though they weren't from this year specifically. Lots of fun to be had, and I think that's part of what makes games so interesting, is that each game that I played has enhanced my perspective in some way. Ironically, a lot of the games that I played made me think about how much I love Majora's Mask. For all of Majora's Mask's problems, there's so much about it that I love that I'm able to overlook that, because in the very least there are games out there that can fulfill that need. Not to say that that makes Majora's Mask a better game, but it is something that, again, gaming is something that I really, really enjoy, and seeing how different games convey different ideas, or sorry, not different ideas, different games convey similar ideas, or they have similar objectives. Why? I thought I had more time. I'm gonna die because something stupid happened, isn't it? This is my fate. My fate is to die to stupid.
You think I'm just an old...
Okay, come on now. Run, baby, do run, run!
Fuck you, you
That's... I felt it touch my bum! It's so uncomfortable. It has to be on this side. Did I pass it?
I'm gonna kill you.
Nope. Oh wait. No, 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 no. Okay, we're right on there.
Asshole.
Oh, good. Ugh, that was annoying. Okay, I wasn't sure if I had enough time. Oh, this is what I said when I said there are highs and lows to No More Heroes 1 in comparison to the second game. This is the lowest. This is by far the lowest part of the game, but even then, not that bad. Oh man, if I dodged more lasers, I probably would have been able to get S rank and the damage taken. Oh well. Ah yes. Finally, the Kimetsu no Yaiba. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Heavenly Stars replaced. Yeah, a lot of songs were replaced. Oh, not a lot, but 2 of the songs were replaced, and there were 2 that stuck out. One is the pop song, and the other one was the one in K Entertainments that sounded kind of like an SMT theme. It was great. Suda Judo, hello! How are you? Today we're playing Garbage, the game. Just because it's garbage, though, it's my favorite garbage. Oh, I love No More Heroes. Never leave the house without it. I never will leave the house without it. No, not anymore. Okay, here's the thing. We are rank 3. No, we need to wait. Okay. So this is the tricky part, because if we want the true ending, we need to save up. We need to get like 1,000,000, but then tricky, very tricky. Well, we'll drop off the katana first, and then that should give us the camellia for the final chapter, and then we'll do the final. We've only been at this for like an hour and 20 minutes. That's impressive. It felt like we've done so much since then. Huh. Oh. Can't drive. That's what happens when your eyes are small. You can't see the road from. I'm so sorry to. I'm so sorry. Whenever I play this game, I think of like the worst Asian jokes. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't call it underrated so much as I would call it underappreciated. Yeah, okay.
You otaku.
I wouldn't call it underrated, because underrated means, like, it's generally regarded as being kind of eh, but then game itself is actually quite good, so that's why it's underrated, whereas underappreciated is a game that's, it's not recognized very much, but people that talk about it generally are very favorable towards it, and that's, I feel like No More Heroes has received nothing but praise by the 8 people that have played it, you know? It's great, though. No, honestly, that's why I'm skipping a lot of the cutscenes. Although we are going to be we'll see. Hopefully it should be okay, because again, spoiler-wise, we're going to be seeing quite a bit, but thing is, though, if I don't draw too much attention to spoilers, I was kind of hoping that he'd be making the Killer 7 ghost noises. Okay, we're done with that. Oh, that's so expensive. Alright, time to bench 310. I only wish I could bench 310 in my life. Actually, it's been a while since I've benched heavy. I've been able to deadlift heavy, but never bench. And by heavy, I mean like more than 250 pounds. Yeah, I guess once under the radar is a term that you could use. RPG Slayer, hello! How are you, my friend? We are doing something that we've never done in a while, and that is a mid-week stream, but I love No More Heroes so much that I needed to do it today. I was so excited. Again, one of my favorite games ever. It's back. What does this color scheme remind me of? I guess it was just like every like punk thing that I thought of back in the day. Red top, black pants. Red top, black pants. It was basically every punk outfit that I would think of. Oh man, okay. This will be tricky.
I wait for you.
Because yeah, we would we'd have to do like some serious money farming, I think. Okay, this is tricky. We got, I think those are all the upgrades we're ever going to get, and so that's good. We're going to my favorite boss fights, possibly in the series. It's hard to say. Like, we'll see. Celebrity guest appearance by Kirase. No More Heroes. Desperate struggle. Travis had a stand, it would probably be like Rex? Oh no, Tyrannomarket Rex. I was like, what's Rex doing here? It could be, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of like, the only thing I can think of in my head is Joy Division. Because his joy is dividing your body into various segments. The Joy Division. Oh man, in the trailer when he dons the Super Sentai suit, it was crazy because he, okay, word to the wise, this job, the Scorpion Extermination, is the worst. Don't play it. Play it because you have to play it in order to unlock the best moneymaker in the game. Other than that, though, yeah, trash. It's the worst of all the part-time jobs. Very risky. It's a very risky game. It doesn't reward you that much for how much you have to risk for it. It's not very good. But you have to do it once. At least once if you want to unlock the best assassination mission for farming money. I hate this one. I hate this, but we have to do it. Oh man, I dread this. I remember I fluked the last time I did this. I was in a Discord call with some friends, and I was screen sharing this game on the Wii. Let's see how it goes. Did I already get bitten? Yeah, that's how you know this game hates me.
Easy.
There's no indicator to tell me that I've been stung, right? It gets turned into a purple heart. I hate this so much. Please don't make me do this again. I didn't realize that. Okay, sorry. I saw the white heart. I was thinking he looks like he's okay. He looks like he's okay. And then apparently I died. Okay, do it again. Oh man, this is so much better than the PS3 version. The PS3 version was just a bunch of bad decisions, but oh, that's why. It's okay, say now I know. Like they bit me so early that I wasn't sure if the HUD was supposed to look different or not. but we're good. Yeah, but yeah, no, this port is like it only changed one thing. There's one change that it made that I really wasn't happy with, but it's very small though. It's one song. Not to say that like, you know, we should settle or anything like that, but yeah, that change with the songs is a little bit disheartening, especially because for me, a lot of the experience is music. Like, seeing a spoiler cutscene is one thing, but the music that plays in that cutscene is much more valuable to me. Yeah, they replaced the K Entertainment theme. I was just like, aww. Because it sounded like Shin Megami Tensei music. That was the thing. Like, or at least it alluded to that. It doesn't. I shouldn't say it sounded like it, because that's like saying that all jazz music sounds like Persona 5 music. That would just be wrong and unethical. Just don't run towards me. How comfortable would you feel with all those scorpions behind your ear? I don't want to go too far away from this guy, because this guy has the medicine. I screw it up now, I screw it up forever. He's so fast. Dude, that was so fast. That should be like worth 3 scorpions. Come on. Ugh.
Easy.
I don't know why they changed it. It's weird. They changed the K Entertainment and the Naomi's Shop music. And those were like 2 of my favorite songs in the game, actually. Oh, please, please. Oh. Okay, well, we have 20 seconds, but even then, that's just like the fact that you could just ruin everything because of a really difficult to predict movement. It's a daunting. The motion controls. Well, I'm playing with like I'm used to motion controls, but I'm playing with the controller and it feels fine. No, it feels better than fine. It feels great. I like the motion controls with the Wii Remote. It's just that I had issues in the past. It's my problem. It's not really the game. There's something wrong with my nunchucks. Where, with my nunchucks, a lot of the wrestling moves wouldn't register. Particularly in the Shinobu boss fight. In the Shinobu boss fight, like, you need your wrestling moves, because that boss will mess you up if you can't kill her in time. Oh, that sucks. I hate that game. Can you use motion sensor Joy-Cons? Yes. But yeah, there's so much about this game that, like, again, like, visually speaking, this is the most attractive that it's ever been. It's cleaned up all the rough edges of the original art style. Like, all the original art style is intact, but they just cleaned out the rough edges. Smooth, consistent frame rates, no complaints there. It's just, it's the game we all know and love. Okay, so this is the best farming method in the game, potentially. So while we're doing this, I need you guys to prompt me with something to talk about, because I'm gonna be doing this quite a bit for the next, like, however long. You're just gonna see nothing but just mindless, senseless slaughter in this family-friendly game that we're playing right now. Bring Grandma, bring the kids. Watch as this stereotypical otaku assassin kills a bunch of people for money so that he can sleep with a lady. Is there a physical? Oh, I wish there was a physical copy. The uncut version. I wouldn't know about uncut. I mean, well, it's not the Japanese version. This is the North American version, which is the uncensored one. If that's what you mean. Because, yeah, I remember the No More Heroes Paradise, it, like, had some really weird blood effects, which I thought were strange. Whereas this is just, like, this is all the gross stuff, which is what we, the content that we subscribe for. What game would your mom be most disappointed to be playing? I don't know. I feel like just playing video games in general made me pretty disappointing as a child. I do know that she peeps my streams once in a while. I know both my parents do from time to time. But I think just playing video games in general is the nail in the coffin. The nail in the childless coffin. The grandchildless coffin. Ooh, let's not get into real territory. It's not my birthday yet. Monday. That's when the real stuff is gonna start happening. Anyways, someone give me a prompt because we're gonna be at this for a while. I said we need like 900 mil. We need like 900 million to get the final to pay to get into the final fight, and I think we need like another 450 million of 450,000 to get the Camellia. And I think I don't need any more upgrades after that. I think I could be wrong, but like we're gonna be here for a while is what I'm trying to say. Oh man, can we talk about the time where I was working on the thumbnail for the Mithra, Xenoblade Chronicles Mithra video, and I thought it was so funny. I just thought the designs for Pyra and Mithra were so funny and entertaining to me that I just had to be like, yo, check this out. We got a good laugh out of it. That's the important part. Check this out. Check out our thighs. This feels so much better on my wrists. I think this is the most I've ever gotten. I feel like maybe this might be better than the Camellia for farming this. Oh man, what do you guys think of the next gen consoles? What do you guys think about PS5 and Xbox Series X? We're here playing video games, so we might as well talk about them. Because the way that I don't know, because like I got into PC gaming very recently, and oh, I was about to batter up. It's ooh, that's a hefty price that I've fetched. Hefty. Oh man, it's strange looking at those because I got into PC gaming, and the thing is with the PC is like the best of both worlds, where you have like it's easy to upgrade. It's something. It doesn't even cost that much. Like I can play Doom Eternal very easily on mine. I'm not looking for maximum specs or anything like that. I just want competence, and it cost me less than I think. Well, it was less than $200 in total. I went the wrong way. Sorry. It's less than $200 to make what was like originally a $400 PC into being competent, and that's all I care about. It's the one that I'm streaming on right now, that you guys are watching right now. So it's weird because like overall, the way that I feel about next gen consoles is that they're so yeah, what Kiruse said is that they're just so they're so like derivative of PCs, where it's just like you might as well just get a PC, because at least your PC won't immediately become obsolete. Even if you have like lower end stuff, there's like a slew of old games that I can play because I wasn't able to because my PC before that was garbage. But now I can play old RPGs from like the 90s that I was never really able to get into. I could play games from the early to mid 2000s, which I never had the chance to. Like I mentioned the Halo. so many games that I missed out on having only played Nintendo consoles, and also like I've kind of fallen out of love with Sony. For a while, it was kind of a slow thing, but I think after like last week, I recently finished a game called South Park: The Fractured But Whole, and that game is like I think 20 gigabytes plus a 10 gigabyte update, and like 30 gigabytes isn't much, but the fact is, my PlayStation, and I bought a physical copy. My PlayStation 4 is like I think it's 120 gigabytes in total. I thought that's all I needed because I wasn't really going to do much else. I just wanted to play the games. Turns out you got to install so much stuff on it, and I was like, oh, I have nothing to work with. So when it comes time for me to play Last of Us Part 2, I'm going to have to uninstall Final Fantasy VII Remake just so that I can accommodate this game I'm going to beat in 20 hours. And it's going to be strange, but like, I think I hate the PlayStation is what I'm trying to say here. I like the games, but I hate the console so much. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Series X ended up being kind of similar. So yeah, just get a PC, 1 terabyte. It's all I need to keep me happy. I think that's all I need. And then if I want my Nintendo games, then that's where Nintendo consoles have been doing very well with the Switch. So. Oh man, it feels nice to be playing PC games, I will say. Like, it's just this whole world of games that I never scratched the surface, and this year has kind of been like unraveling all that. It's great. Yeah. That's true, yeah, first-gen consoles, first models of that console tend to be a little bit odd. I'm pretty sure the PlayStation that I got was like one of the earlier builds. That's why it was so cheap. I know a lot of people say emulation. I don't know, like, for me, my thing about emulation, it was never about the ethics of it. It used to be about ethics, but after a while, it's just like, yeah, you know what, I don't really... Like, I think I still prefer the real stuff. Not because I think I'm morally superior for doing so, but it's just like, I like the idea of playing it on the native platform. Because that's kind of what the game was made in mind. Even though some games, yeah, like if you do it properly, you could have essentially a uncluttered version of the game, but like there's just something intangible about actually having the base platform. There's something intangible about having the base platform and playing that game on it. I recently got Drakengard 3. I don't know if I'll start it this year. I might start it in 2021. And a lot of people say just emulate the game, and you know, that's an idea, but like for all of its issues, I want to experience those issues though. I want the full Drakengard experience is what I'm saying. Also, to respect the developer, yeah. Oh yeah, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, December 10th. December 10th is when the Virgil DLC comes out, which I'm super stoked for. I might still get Special Edition if it comes to PC, though. Demon Souls. Okay, so I don't know about Demon Souls yet. I'm kind of on the fence with that game, because I love the original, the 2009 original. The thing is, though, is that this remake, I need to know how much they're going to change. Ideally, they would change very specific parts, because there are some parts of Demon Souls that were just like, they should stay in 2009. But I don't know. It depends on how it's done. There are some things I liked about the original that I feel like should also stay there. But I don't know. It's a completely different developer from what I understand. I never had a problem with PC gaming. When it comes to performances, there's a lot of stuff that's like readily available. a lot of the games they play straight out of the box. I never had issues with them. And this is coming from a person who has a really old PC enclosure. Like, a lot of my processors are old. The only thing that I changed was the video card and I gave it a solid state drive, and everything else is old. And I haven't had any issues. And yeah, most of the times you just go to a FAQ, I think, an FAQ.
3, 2, 1.
Final Fantasy 16. Like, I like the Final Fantasy series, but I don't want to buy a console for it, though. That's kind of my problem, I think. Well, it is coming to PC as well, I don't know. Well, wait, I think it is. I'm making that assumption, that very bold assumption, that the people that are working on, the people that developed Final Fantasy 14 are making a game that will also come to PC. That's my expectation. I've been talking non-stop while killing these people. These people probably had families, and you know what? Their families are next. I will show no mercy. I will dishonor them by making them pick up sticks. This reminds me, like, it's funny actually, recently I played Killer is Dead, another Suda 51 game, and it was kind of funny seeing how, like, thematically there are some similarities with No More Heroes from a game design perspective, as well as Killer 7 of all things. Like, you had the thick blood system, like there is like the death blows that you do, but death blows are a resource that you actually have to conserve and save, and you get to use at your own discretion, whereas with this game, death blows are something that are orchestrated by all the stuff that, you know, you do on the screen. I don't know how many times I have to do this map, but this is like the map where, like, again, feel free to ask me anything, because we're going to be here for a while. If you were squeamish, I'm sorry, but this is the fate I have chosen. Whoa! So many beheadings happened that it cut out the sound. Killer is Dead came out in 2013. 2013 was a very interesting year for video games. Killer is Dead came out that year, Bioshock Infinite came out, The Last of Us came out, Drakengard 3 came out, Dead Rising 3 came out, Super Mario 3D World. It was a weird world in which we were living in those years. The battery doesn't die in the final battle, that would suck. I must say, like, using the Bloodberry, not the Bloodberry, the Tsubaki Mark II for these fights is really, really good. No! No, you stalled! Ah, that could have. I think that would have been more than the average. Killer is Dead was a great game. It's just that there were some moments where it's like they wanted it. Oh no, I did get more. Nice. It was a great game. It's just that there were some parts where it's like it wanted to be a little bit more cohesive. Like there are, like, I liked it a lot though. I liked the characters a lot. I thought Gigolo mode was really funny. Like, I know maybe some people will take exception to that mode because it wasn't really what they wanted to originally have. It was very like anime James Bond to me. That's kind of what I thought with Gigolo mode. It was really silly, and I thought it was kind of weird that the Brazilian girl in Japanese is voiced by the same woman that voiced Mondo's mom, but no, it's okay, we'll move on from that. Have you tried... What? Oh yeah, the same direction twice when facing... pressing the same direction twice. You're talking about the moving twice. Okay, sorry. Moving twice or the same swing on the katana swing twice.
May you find your uppercut?
Because yeah, that would make it easier for me too. Moving twice or swinging twice? I thought... Yeah, sorry, I know it was described to me earlier, so I completely forgot because it's just something out of my head. Hang on, before I get into this, let me just quickly take a sip. The same swing twice. Okay, wait, hang on a second, you guys. Be right back. Okay, do you know what we could do? We could actually mess around with the audio so that... Wait, hang on a second. I have such a terrible idea of what we could do with this. Such a terrible idea, I can't wait. Hold on. I remember doing this with the previous stream. And it should be working. Okay, here we go. Wait. Okay, let's do this. It'll keep me sane. Okay, let's try doing it your way. So basically, you would swing twice in the same direction, and we'll see how it goes. So it would be like, right? Oh, okay. Am I doing it right? Oh, okay. It seems like I'm doing it right. Oh boy. Cassiola! Missed it that time. How do you miss? It's like easiest thing in the world. Okay, now it's funny because I played this game so much that I never really knew about that, and I had it described to me by Kitose a while back, but I never really thought about it. Anyway, this should be okay. Yeah, this is great. This should make things a little bit easier on our end. for the purposes of farming and for the sanity of the both of us. You guys watching and myself playing. I forgot to take a water drink. I didn't even realize that was a thing. That's the best part about it. See, you're always learning new things. Ugh, it's nasty. Okay. Slowly getting used to it. It's a weird thing to have to think about, but eventually after some practice, it'll become second nature. It's not going to hurt my wrists so much this time around either, so that's good. I think you can just mash it out as well, if it really comes down to it. It's very stable. Yeah, honestly, like, in this particular stage too, playing it on the Wii, there's the occasional dip here and there, but there is none of that in the Switch version, so I'm very glad with that. Like, this is basically, outside of the few nitpicks that I had about it, this is, for all intents and purposes, the definitive No More Heroes. Okay, one more. One more. I think. I hope it's one more. We might actually have to do a couple after this. With the Camellia. But hopefully this is the last one. Okay. You guys can hear the music alright, right? Is this the uncensored version? By uncensored, you mean the North American version, in which case, yes. In which case, yes, this is the North American bloody as it gets version, not the toned down Japanese version. Okay, here we go. Hopefully this is the last run that we'll do, and then after that we can just make a beeline for the end of the game. Hopefully. This is the price we pay, because we're going to fight against my favorite boss in the game. Let's rock. There we go. This should be my last run. Because you just need to unlock all the sword upgrades, and then you should be able to. I should be able to afford it, but I could be wrong. That's the tricky part. But let's make absolutely sure that we're doing this all for good measure, essentially. This game's amazing. I've played this game. I must have played this game at least a dozen times, and it's still like. I think yeah, just a large part of it is just how pure it is. Not pure in terms of content, but pure in terms of like development mindset. It's like this was a game that they made because they wanted to make a game that was it's the gamiest game. It's so video game. It's like how I felt about like Beautiful Joe. That game was like, yeah, actually a lot of the Capcom 5 games, they were just gamiest game, but some of them unfortunately didn't pan out. But you get games like Resident Evil 4, which ended up becoming one of the most important games in history. Killer 7, I have nothing but good things to say about. Like, even the things that are quote-unquote bad about Killer 7, I would call those strengths, because in the context of Killer 7, this entire game shouldn't work. Killer 7 shouldn't happen. Like, there's no... Like, it's amazing that people greenlit Killer 7, because it was so bizarre, so unique, so weird. Oh man, so where were you guys when Travis was announced as a Mii fighter? I went through like several different emotions, but ultimately I fell on acceptance. Because I realized, wait a minute, but the thing about Travis though, is that he's kind of a goofy character. Even though like he's placed in a world of realism, he is in and of himself, again, goofy, video gamey character, and having him as a Mii fighter alongside the likes of like Cuphead or Vault Boy works insanely well. Oh, Beautiful Joe for Switch would be great. It would be great if they added the Dante content from the PS2 version. That would be nice. I'm playing through Beautiful Joe right now. I am almost... I'm on stage 6. No, stage 5 out of 7. And I'm very excited because I found out ahead of time, but I saw who the boss of stage 5 is, and I'm very excited because I'm a huge fan of the first Devil May Cry game. So seeing that there was pretty nice. I was just happy he was in the game too, yeah. Like, ultimately that's how I felt. Like, as much as I would have liked him to be a fully playable character, I'm just happy he's in the game, and to be honest, making a Mii out of him was a lot of fun. And that's the most important thing. Okay. I think that's all the grinding we need to do. I hope. I really hope. Okay, here we go. I think that's all that needs to be done. I think now we can just finish. I'm pretty sure. It's been 2 hours. I've been having so much fun, it didn't feel like that. We've done so much, but at the same time, I feel like I could play this game all day. That's the crazy thing about this game. Yeah, it helps to balance it out. Balancing it out is very important. If you're like me and like you've played so many games this year, it's important to space out games of similar genres. So for me, recently it was Doom Eternal. No, so basically it was funny. The last... No, I can pull it up right now. I'll pull it up right now. My backlog. And by backlog, I mean just a bunch of games that I played. Come on, you can open it up. Come on, it's so slow. Oh gosh, Deadly Premonition 2 was an experience. It was so interesting because I've always liked horror type games, and this is like a very interesting spin on horror type games. It's weird. I didn't play the first one, but I played the second one, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. But it is kind of hard to recommend, though. Like, if you're the kind of person that gets all up in a jam about, like, frame rates, then you're probably gonna hate it. But it has interesting writing. That's what keeps it going, in my mind. Like, the interesting writing and interesting characters, but the long loading times in between going in and out of the hotel was kind of a hassle and made me enjoy the game less than I really wanted to. But yeah, no, the last few games I played, I remember playing Resident Evil 2 remake, a remake of a horror game that's very near and dear to my heart. Then you got a game like... After that, I played Doom Eternal, which is like the polar opposite of that game. Jump using the Spell Tiger. Wait, hang on. So yeah, I played like, oh man, yeah, I played like Mega Man Zero, then I played Doom Eternal after playing Resident Evil 2, then Killer is Dead, Devil May Cry 4, Typing of the Dead, Fire Emblem Conquest, Paper Mario: The Origami King, Hades, and then South Park. And now we're playing this game. But that's the thing though, like, after a while it's just like, if you forget something, like, I'd like if loading times were just a little bit better. But the thing is, I guess it's not so bad because you don't really die that much in that game. But even then though, like, if I forget something and I need to go inside to like buy something and then you have to go to the loading times, like, oh my gosh. I didn't hate the frame rate though. I thought the frame rate was charming. Silly, but again, like the heart of the game, the action, it kind of reminded me of Nier. It's it's the third person like action horror games what Nier was to third person action games. That's basically what this game was. It kind of reminded me of Nier, and I guess that's why I found it so endearing. Is that it reminded me of Nier. Oh, that's just great. Take me out to the bowl game. It's not as distracting as like other games where, yeah, you die a lot. It wasn't as distracting as Vanilla Bloodborne, let's say that. Vanilla Bloodborne, before they patched it, had atrocious long loading times, and this is a game where you're supposed to die a lot. But Deadly Premonition wasn't that bad, but there were some moments where I had like mini heart attacks. I guess that's part of the experience. I had mini heart attacks playing Deadly Premonition because I thought the game would like freeze, but literally it's just the character model suddenly stopping. Like when York lights up his cigarette, it doesn't load the animation of him taking out the cigarette and lighting it. It just plays the sound. I was like, oh my gosh. It's like my game was haunted. I think that's the charm. To think that the spirit of Francis York Morgan is infesting your cartridge. Oh, there's so many of you. Okay. Woo! Demolition Derby. If I was good at aiming, we'd be done with this segment by now. Unfortunately, I'm a fraud. I've actually never played this game before, you guys. Oh, man. The pain. The pain and the agony. But yes, I'm so excited because we're going to fight against my favorite boss. I fluked so much with that game the last time I fought against her. And I don't know if we'll replicate that same luck, but we'll see. Ryuga from Beyblade. Oh, sorry, I'm not very familiar with Beyblade. I used to have one, but that was a very long time ago. I never watched the anime, though. Woo! Come on now. Okay, sorry. Apologies in advance if you get dizzy watching this. Right in the cranium. That's gross. I'm just glad he didn't splatter and become paste. That I don't think my heart would have been able to handle that emotional strain. Would you consider Yakuza an action? I consider Yakuza a Japanese RPG. Okay, here we go. Was that all of them? Nope. He's still alive. How? Why? Why? Okay, moving on from you. Oh, we're supposed to spawn in more? There's more of them? Oh my. It's just this never-ending. It's like Doom. It's Doom never-ending. The never-ending story of Doom. Who gave the bait? That reminds me of the Naked Gun, when the umpire had a gun and he pulls it out, but they thought it was because of a dispute with the score, when in reality is that someone was going to assassinate the Queen. And they made a reference to that movie in Deadly Premonition. I was very happy. I clapped because I knew what it was. Why are they so spaced out from each other? Oh, why? Why are you all so sporadic in your spawns? You're boring the children that are watching the stream. It's not my fault that I have no personality. It's you. Oh, this is a disaster. Come on, come on. Baseball, the never-ending story. Please tell me that was the last of them. Thank you. Ooh, boy. So the thing about the Yakuza series, I can see why it has its fans. I played Yakuza 0 this year. It was the only one I ever played. I can see why the series has its fans, but I can't say I particularly enjoyed it as much as everyone else did. I'm not sure what it is. I think a large part of it was like, a lot of the fun comes from the side quests and the stories that come with it, which is all fine and dandy, but the thing is though is that I think I was just in a place where I just wanted to punch things. And you can kind of have that in Yakuza 0, but ultimately it is just about the scenarios that Kiryu and Majima are thrown into. That being said, I thought the writing was really, really good. I liked Majima a lot. I wasn't expecting to particularly like that character, but he was my favorite part of that game. But I think ultimately, yeah, I don't think it's for me. I'm not sure what it is, though. It's just like, I think it's because the action, like, it was about as action-y as, like, Tales of Symphonia, which wasn't saying much. It's like, it was, yeah, it was just an RPG with an okay combat system. There's nothing wrong with that, and if all you care about is good writing, then this is a great game series, but I think ultimately I was just like, this is okay. It's nice that you get to play Space Harrier, though. I enjoyed Space Harrier. I really enjoyed playing Space Harrier and Fantasy Zone. But outside of that, though, yeah, it was just like, okay, this is Japan in the 80s. This is nice, but I don't want to. I don't want to play several games of this. And yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with walking away. Okay, here it is. Favorite boss fight of the game. I hope I do well. For those of you guys that don't remember, she was the reason why Travis Strikes Again happened. Okay, let's just see if I can remember. No. Nope, not quite. I have to remember everything now. There we go. Up we go. I need to remember what moves I can punish. Why would you roll into her, Travis? That was scary. Oh, okay, you have to roll away from that one. Like, I have a very strong beam katana, so this should be okay, but, like, this boss can mess you up if you're not careful. There's a mix for Pleather for Breakfast, the song that's playing in this fight. No, okay. Okay. Pro tip. If she's keeping her hands on the baseball bat, she's faking it. If she's using both of her hands to cry, then you can fight her for real. Then you can attack her for real. Because if you fall for the baits, you will get messed up pretty badly. Okay, here we go. Okay. I always screw this up, but let's see how it goes. Oh, come on! Not in front of the crowd! You're embarrassing me! Okay, batter up. Oh no. I gotta do this properly. Because, like, I remember the last time I did this, I was doing so well at the beginning, and I almost choked. Oh, okay, okay. Why? I was too early? No, 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 don't throw another one. I don't know, I think I just have to not count on getting those. Oh, instant kill. Okay. I'm not dumb, so well, I'm not that dumb, so I don't get caught by it that easily. Oh. Okay. So, okay, this is the part where if I don't do it properly, I'll get really, really messed up. She has the best battle theme in this series, in my opinion. Well, well, then again, I don't know. Margaret Moonlight had a good one too. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, oh, misery. Yeah. So miserable. Okay. Do me a favor and cry with both of your hands, please. Let me have this for free. Ugh! Why? Playing this on bitter is, like, nerve-wracking. Okay, okay. What do you mean? I'm so upset with you. Is she gonna throw another one? Okay, careful, careful, careful. Be fully charged. Crying with both hands. Here we go. Oh, she's invincible. Oh, I hate this. Oh, we're so close. Come on, come on, come on. Why would you roll into it? Come on, come on. Yes! Oh. Oh man, no, I'd say that Shinobu was the hardest fight. Despite the fact that she's one of the first bosses you fight, she's still the hardest. Okay. That wasn't so bad, but again, like, it's because I know what mistakes I have to avoid. Like, I remember what mistakes I had to avoid in order to... Because, like, if I made those mistakes, then we would have been here for a lot longer. Ooh, boy.
On behalf of Sylvia Crystal, I am here to tell you that you are now officially...
Oh man. Third game's and action games. Bayonetta 3, sure. No More Heroes. Well, at least No More Heroes has a release date in sight. We can at least say that much. Because Bayonetta, we don't have that in sight. Yeah, it's gonna be 4 years in March 3rd, yeah. Okay. I think we're well on the way. Unless I... Wait, do I have to pay another fee? Yeah, they would. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. We should be able to... We should be able to afford both the Camellia and whatever outstanding upgrades outside of the bragging rights upgrade, where you get infinite energy. I think we should have everything that we need in order to unlock the final ending. Hope so. This is exciting! We might actually finish where we left off, except this time, well, we are skipping the story, so that's kind of the other thing for us. Ah, yes, the Camellia. Yep. That's everything.
You otaku.
Okay. I hate to do this to you guys, but we gotta run a couple of more gamble fights. I know. I don't want to do this either, but we gotta. Oh, I think we also need to go to the gym for the last couple of upgrades as well. Quite a bit to do, I think. But then after that, though, that's the end of the game. And we should be able to do that all within the next 40 minutes. I'm not afraid to stretch out a little bit longer, though. Oh no! Oh well. I think we have one more upgrade. I feel like we don't. I feel like I've already checked and we don't have any more upgrades to do. Which controller? I'm using the Joy-Con Pro, the Legend of Zelda one, actually. The Legend of Zelda Pro controller. Hopefully the battery... There's no battery warning on this thing, so I should probably plug it in just to be 100% certain. Ooh la la. Oh, expenditures. Let's rock. There we go. It's less of an open world. The open world part was actually supposed to be ironic about this game. Because people complained that the previous game was too linear, it was too on rails, so they created this giant open world. There is still some like sandbox elements to it, like there are missions that you can initiate. But for the most part though, no, you don't really want to consider this a sandbox game. Ah, hello Germany! Yes, we got some Germans here. I'm very biased towards Germans, I think. I think having a YouTube channel kind of brought that out. Because it turns out a large part of my demographic aren't from Canada. They're from Germany and America. I don't know why. I had no choice over this, but yeah, we got Germany and America. And Canada is in like in 8th place after like a bunch of other countries. Oh, man, remember last year when I went to your gym and we did benches? You think next time we visit we're gonna have that much weight? The next time I go? To the Evans of Villes? The village of Evans? Do you think they'll bring open world back for No More Heroes? Hello, Britain! Yeah, Britain's also before Canada, because Canada's a bunch of wet blankets. Nice. It's always nice to see, like, yeah, all people from different time zones interacting. That's part of what makes streams so fun. It's all the different people.
Training is not over.
Was this game with bad with motion controls? I haven't tried the motion controls for the Switch. I liked the motion controls on the Wii. It's just that after extended amounts of play, it kinda sucks for your wrists. Because I tend to be very zealous. I remember with Skyward Sword, that was about as zealous as it got. Oh yeah, it's like 1 a.m. for you guys, right? No, 3. It's 3 a.m. for you. And I think there'll be like a 7-hour difference because I know daylight savings time is ending. We're going standard time on Sunday, I think. Sorry guys, I hate to do this to you guys, but we're doing gamble fights. If they bring back the open world sandbox stuff, that would be... I could see that happening. I can see that happening because the context is like an alien invasion, right? So it would probably be like you're a superhero that swoops in and saves the day on this alien invasion on this part of the world, or this part of Santa Destroy. I feel like that could be a thing that would happen. Okay, here we go. A storm is approaching. What a weeb. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we are using the Camellia, which is the best sword in the game. Purely for the damage output. Let's see. I'm trying to think of things that I could say, but nothing's really coming to mind. We're kind of just we're sprinting for the finish line, so to speak. But the finish line requires a lot of money. I think I need to upgrade it one more time, because something feels a little bit off about this sword. It's usually when it's like, yeah, this particular one, it hits so much. Oh, and the battery's gonna die pretty fast too, huh? Yeah, I think there's a couple of upgrades I need to get for this sword too. Who knows? Oh man, it's been like, I literally replayed this game like 4 weeks ago. It's like I forgot so much about it. It's just, yeah, so many other games happened. Why? Although this particular sword got nerfed pretty badly in the second game, but I guess with good reason. It's available a lot sooner. Uploading the stream as a oh yeah, I always save the archive for each stream, so it could be accessed from the channel. I almost never have streams that are never kept. Oh man. You might have to do this for a while. This is the first game. This is the first No More Heroes. Oh, that's a lot less than I'm used to. I might have to switch back to the Bloodberry just for... Oh, we might have to switch back to the Mark III just for time-saving purposes. Yeah, it is late. Thank you for joining us, Rika. Oh, boy. Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, I think 2 more should be able to do it. Wait, okay, let me double check the upgrades, because I feel like I might have missed something. No, the second game took away the open world, in favor of just, like, there are points on the map that you have to select going to. I didn't mind that. I thought that was okay. A lot of No More Heroes 2 was a lot more streamlined, so that you get straight to just the action. In some ways, I prefer that, and other ways, I prefer this. It's kind of like the game. There's some parts that I prefer more, there's some parts that I don't. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, this is the last upgrade. Oh, okay, this is all that we need. Oh, boy, we're gonna be at this for a while. We're gonna be at this grind for a while, aren't we? Okay, do you know what? Since it's gonna be that long... Well, do you know what, though? Like, the Tsubaki does... Oh, sorry, the Camellia does have a bit of that AoE if we're lucky. That's kind of something that I dislike about this game, is that you don't get to choose what death blow you have. What I guess it's fair, considering that, yeah, there's, like, RNG across the board with Apache slot, so something that... Like, so something that would be innately more powerful than the others would be a thing. I think there is a way to manipulate it, it's just I don't know how. Yeah, guys, for those of you guys that gotta sleep, you gotta. It's a weekday. For me, it's not that late yet. I'm hoping to finish things before it gets too late. Oh, do you okay? Well, let's take a sip of water before I get... Well, no, we'll drive there first, and then we'll get that sip of water. Oh! Dante! I was just like, I've been staring at Travis's, like, the black pants and red coat. I guess for a punk rock, that's pretty normal, right? Like, you have, like, the red polo shirt and the black tight jeans. And I was thinking, wait a minute, Dante has that color scheme. I don't even know why it took me so long to figure that one out. Hang on. Oh, water. Hey, Jojo! It's 2:30 for you guys? Oh, wait, you guys went back to standard time sooner than we did, right? I thought it was 3 for you guys. Here we go. But I know, but I guess, yeah, you guys went back 1 hour because we're all going back another hour. Germans work fast. Is it possible to manipulate how often you get the horizontal slashes? Because that would make my life a lot easier. I feel like it shouldn't be random. I feel like there's a certain combo that I have to input that's going to guarantee that the death blow against this amount of HP should result in horizontal strikes coming in from the right. But I could be wrong. There we go. Come on now. Everyone line up. Yeah, this open world, a part of it was the, it was kind of ironic, kind of like a way to sort of flip off the fans in a sense, because Killer 7 was the game that preceded this one out of Super 51's game. It's a very, very good game, but it was effectively an on-rail shooter for all intents and purposes. Like, there is a defined path that you have to walk on the entire game, and some people complained about that. They wanted to be like a sandbox game like GTA, because that was popular at the time. And essentially, yeah, like, them making an open world was like, okay, fine, you want open worlds? We're gonna put nothing in it for you to enjoy, though. Kind of goes to show that, yeah, like, even though, like, something has a feature, doesn't mean the feature itself is going to be executed properly. Okay, I think there is a combo that does result in desired results. Okay, what about high, low, wait. High, low, high, low, low. Nope, not quite. High, high. Something along those lines. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. I'm kind of experimenting here, too. Because if I can find a way that guarantees getting the attack that comes in from the right, then we're effectively going to be able to do AoEs across the board. I just don't know which one it is. Oh, it's tricky. I don't know how to, well, we have a couple of runs that we're going to do over and over again anyways. And we need 550,000. Yeah, oh man, it's only been 13 minutes since I checked. Okay, good. Very good. We need to do like 2 more runs of this nonsense, and then we should be able to have everything we need to do the true ending. The true ending, for those of you guys that don't know, is a bonus boss fight, and it demands you have all the upgrades.
Hello, strawberry.
That's how you know they're not messing around. The low charge attack. The thing about the low charge attack is that it consumes a lot of energy. And this particular weapon does consume quite a bit of energy. Although, I feel like the energy consumption in this game seems a lot more toned down. Compared to, because I remember in the Wii version, I was running out quite a bit in these fights. But yeah, the thing about the low charge attack, though, is that it consumes so much energy. It does hit for a wide area, but yeah, like the wind-up time, it might just be better to find the combo that has the death blow that guarantees coming in from the right. I think... well, we'll see. I think I might have found out what the combo is, but more testing is required. Travis's proportions? Well, like, what exactly about him seems a little off, because there might be an in-lore explanation for that. Because the reason why it seems uneven might actually be because his regimen itself was kind of uneven. Like, he might work out, but he might not necessarily work out properly. It's funny though, I have people that come in asking if this is the censored version of No More Heroes, and it took me a while to kind of understand what that meant. But at the same time, censoring a Suda51 game, that's like putting black tape over the Mona Lisa's smile. You just don't do it. But yeah, as far as I'm aware though, yeah, the North American version is the one that has not at all been adjusted for the sensibilities of the people, which is a rarity as far as Japanese games goes. Usually it's the other way around. But yeah, sometimes, like, you know, art takes you into uncomfortable places sometimes. You don't have to like it, but, like, if there is content that you find objectionable, you have the right to say that you find it objectionable, but you don't have the right to stop that art from seeing the light of day. Because that is taking away another person's right to explain why something is or isn't objectionable. Something that I've thought about a lot, I think, in recent years regarding video games. Especially with, like, when you compare it with, like, Nintendo, especially. Like, with the exception of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which was quite notably censored. But for the most part, though, when it comes to cross-platform stuff, very rarely is Nintendo the main perpetrator of that. It tends to be Sony, oddly enough. Here we go. Because yeah, it was weird because like I remember seeing footage of seeing some footage of the No More Heroes Paradise for the PlayStation 3. It looks so odd. Like the graphic style didn't fit the art style very well. The gore looked really weird. Like it looked almost like stock gore effects. Whereas like this one, it's very stylized. It's like it's almost comical how brutal this game is. Whereas the PlayStation, it was just brutal looking. It was so strange. And also, yeah, like there's a large part of Santa Destroy that was removed, so a lot of the exploration locations had to get changed. A lot of bizarre choices for that game. Oh, 100, 100? Oh, come on! Just shy of 100. Did you know about counterattacking? Not really. Wait, sorry, did you mention that earlier? Ugh, okay, we need to do one last run, so I guess this is where we learn about counterattacking. Oh, man. Actually... well... I was thinking if we can like go to one of the free fights, but I figured this would probably be faster. Check the server.
Travis, welcome.
Block lock on when you're about to get hit. And... well, we're gonna probably practice it here. If only Discord would hurry up and load. Then press A right after. Oh, that's interesting. Well, okay, we'll definitely take a gander at that one. As some interesting tech that again, it's weird because like this game doesn't really explain too much, which I kind of prefer. I'd rather like you kind of just like you make the game very simple so that people can just pick up and play, and then if you want to find the interesting stuff, then you go find the interesting stuff. I felt that a lot with Devil May Cry 3. Devil May Cry 3 had a lot of things that aren't blatantly explained, but are very valuable tools. Okay, last run of the night, and after that, we're finishing this game. Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
That's all of them. Next. Strike! Strike at me with blade! No, okay. Well, we'll get into that later. We need to just make sure that we get our money. Oh, actually, no, we're not that far off, so we actually could have a little bit of time to fool around with that. Okay. Like, Devil May Cry 3, I remember, like, it blew my mind. It was only very recently, well, not that recently, because, I think it was, like, 2 years ago. Well, I knew about it for a while, but I never really thought to apply it or think about it, was, enemy step canceling in Devil May Cry 3. That's something that I never knew about, but it's such a game changer, though. It's crazy, like, they never really explain it to you, but it's something that exists. I don't know whether or not it was intentional, and the end product is just something that's very, very useful. And it was actually the learning of the enemy step cancel that allowed me to even beat the game on TMD in the first place, because I'd be lost without my Beowulf cancels. Like, little stuff like that is a lot of fun. And yeah, it wasn't really something that I really learned to use. I remember trying to do it. I don't know why. I've always had trouble with it with Devil May Cry 4. Even today, I still have trouble doing it. But then you compare it with like Devil May Cry 5 and the DMC reboot. Those games, like the jump cancels, were almost part and parcel with the games themselves. And it feels like it was completely by accident in Devil May Cry 3 almost. Like, it feels almost like it's a glitch. Amanda says hello, hello! Thank you, Mr. Amanda. No, it's one of those bizarre things where, like, I think, like, the simplicity of this game, it opens up to a lot of things that you never really expected, and it's nice. It's nice when a game doesn't have to hold your hand and tell you that this thing exists. I remember Killer is Dead had a lot of stuff to explain. Not a bad thing, but like it did stick out that they had to explain a bunch of different mechanics to you when you'd think that most games would be in a place where, like, that should already be a given. I think that's it. Okay, here we go. The final session. Oh, do you know what? I should probably plug this in. I need to plug this into a port so that the battery doesn't die during a final boss, because that would be terrible. Whoops. Okay. Double check. Make sure we have enough. Yes, 550,000. Let me just quickly plug in the USB to the Switch dock. I'll be right with you guys in a minute. And we can finally finish what we started 5 hours ago. Oh, 7 hours ago, actually. Crazy. Alright. Let us rock, baby. Oh man, and like after I beat this, I'm gonna probably play this game again on bitter. I don't know. Would people be willing to watch No More Heroes 2 on stream? I might actually play through that game first, just so I can unlock everything, and then after that we'll just blaze through it. I think that'll be fun. Oh yeah, so like, because I want to stream for my birthday, which is on Monday. I don't know if it'll be No More Heroes or if it'll be Punch Out.
Why didn't I call this number in the first place?
Okay, here you go. Oh, we should probably save. Oh boy. There is a boss fight. There's a boss fight that has like certain things that you have to punish, and I can't remember what they are. Oh well. We're gonna have to figure it out on the fly, like what we did for Bad Girl and with Holly, actually. Here we go! Final stretch, who's with me? Yo, he just got GTA'd. His auto just got GT'd. Okay, here we go. I'm very excited to see Travis suplex aliens in No More Heroes 3. That'll be great. Oh boy. I wasn't expecting to stream this soon after the 7-hour Skyward Sword stream that we did. That was fun. Wasn't expecting to go that far, but I was glad we did. I remember looking at the stream archives that we did, and I think the longest stream I ever did on this channel was 8 hours, and that was for Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, so that's how you know Age of Calamity is probably going to destroy me. It'll destroy me mentally before it destroys me physically, I think. Oh, it's got to be around here somewhere. Come on, you can't make me do this. This isn't The Last of Us. I have to stop moving forward sometimes. Oh, man. No, I think it's when you reach the overpass. Oh, they're making us do this. Yeah, no, it's definitely the overpass. This game looks sharp. This whole port, it's very sharp. Like, this is everything that... I remember seeing the initial footage for No More Heroes 3, and I was just like, this is everything that it should have looked like. Like, No More Heroes Paradise is what it shouldn't have looked like, and then seeing No More Heroes 3, it fills me with hope. Visually speaking, like, that game looks really, really good, so... But again, like, seeing this one too, this is no slouch. Oh, they're actually making us do this. I guess we'll just run on the road? That's safe, right? Come on, dude. Alright. I've never felt this riveted since I played The Last of Us on the PlayStation 3. Alright. Oh, so fun fact about the first boss of this game, he's based on Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time. I thought that would be a fun thing to point out to you guys. Okay, this isn't like No More Heroes 2, where walking into boxes is actually a good thing. You have to avoid the boxes. Oh no, why would you do such a thing? I gotta be careful how I drive. Alright, see ya. I don't know why they changed the music. The tracks that I mentioned. For some reason they changed them. Well, either way, I guess I could just look them up on YouTube and pretend that I'm hearing them in the game. I guess that's all I can do. But I say that's like the only complaint I have about this port. Is that they took out 2 songs. And I have no real reason as to why. Nope, you're not. Get out of here. Ooh, this is where the fallen trees are coming into play. Also, the Spell Tiger looks great with this new update as well. Have you already played it? Oh yeah. I've played this game a billion of times. And No More Heroes 2 about half as much. Oh, get out of here. Ooh! Why didn't you jump, Travis? Ah, it's okay, you're fine. You can take it. They'll build character. Oh, I'm just glad it's not motion control activated this time. That's like the few times I didn't like the motion control in this game. Needing to jump. As you saw with my Skyward Sword streams, having to do motion controls on cue, it's not happening. Like basic rolling attacks. Whee! No, get out of here, get out of here. No, leave, leave, leave! Desist! Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't realize it would be a laser beam. I thought it would just be a sniper thing where you just dodge out of the way. Why am I too good at this game? If it's not one thing I get hit by, it's the other. I think that's it. Yes. Oh, wait, no, there's this. The Indiana Jones moment. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so that's strawberry, that's blueberry, and that's cranberry on the left. So moe, my goodness. They should have a No More Heroes Xenoblade Chronicles 2 crossover. Oh, seriously? All the way back here? Alright. Just be careful then. I can't believe they're going to send us all the way back here. Okay, the key is to not get hit. Don't take damage. Nope. I can't believe they're making us do this again. Needs more juice. There you go.
I'm actually starting to enjoy this.
I'm very excited because a lot of people will be getting to this series. I've always liked this series. I've always wanted more people to get into it. So I'm happy that like today is going to mark the day where a lot of people will be getting into it, or at least considering getting into it. Because I remember back in 2019 they announced at E3 they announced the No More Heroes 3, and I was excited. But the thing is though, for a lot of people they were intrigued by it, but they didn't know what the series was. And in many respects, I try to get more people into it, or at least get people acquainted with the idea so that they would know if it's for them or not. I'm very, very excited though, because like Suda51, the guy that made No More Heroes, makes a lot of great games. he makes a lot of great, memorable games, and based on what I've seen so far of No More Heroes 3 and what I've heard about the development of the game, is that this is something that he's passionate about making again. And I feel like this is going to be kind of like another game where there was like very little studio interference. It's going to be a masterpiece, I'm hoping. Yes, I was looking forward to it a lot back in 2020, for 2020, but unfortunately, because of what's been happening in the world, it had to get delayed. This is just what happened in this world. Okay, you know what to do this time. Oh, that was close. I almost got hit by that one. Okay. Oh, let's do it properly. Don't mess it up. Have all the motion controls been dumped? No. No, it's just I'm playing on a non-motion control controller. Oh man, I pressed the wrong button. I was afraid I would screw it up and have to go back. That was so horrifying. Alright, let's move. Alright, follow the ghost. Remember, if you're in a creepy, haunted forest, always trust what the ghosts tell you to do. No, otherwise, though, the motion controls, they're still intact, but I'm not using them right now. A storm's approaching. Here we go.
You messing with me? What a pain! He's over here!
Okay, we have to go left.
You're a joke!
I don't dislike the motion controls, but yeah, like, after extended amounts of playtime on the Wii, it really does hurt my wrist. It doesn't help that I'm very, very zealous when it comes to motion controls.
You messing with me? You messing with me?
Okay, see ya! Turn right.
You messing with me?
Trading card. I'm guessing this is a battery? Oh, health. Yeah, no, it's weird because, like, a lot of QTEs tend to be done really weirdly because you gotta make them intuitive. You have to make them intuitive to the point where, like, you should know exactly what you need to do. You also need to identify the context of the stakes that are being set. There's a lot about them that people tend to screw up. It's kind of like ironically, the best example of like that kind of structure. Oh, I gotta be careful. I think I might need to do a charge strike for this one. Why? Okay, I've got to be. No, get through to him. Come on! Okay. Something good, something good. Oh, come on. Okay. That's the toughest part. Ugh, that was bad. Oh, that was really poorly done. I could have done much better on that fight. I don't know where he was pointing, but let's assume that both sides are right. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. I had to pick the wrong one. You know what? Screw you guys. I serves my time. There it is. This is very Killer 7-esque, where you're being guided by ghosts. Okay. Alright. That is by far the most brutal part. I'm pretty sure you could just avoid it, though. You're under no obligation to stay around and fight those guys.
Travis, can you hear me?
Alright.
I never thought you'd make it this far. But I am sorry. I cannot see you anymore. I want to fly to your side right now.
How did they replace the Wii remote controls? I'm playing on the Pro Controller right now, but you just use the stick. It's very similar to how it was with No More Heroes 2's Closet Controller. But, for the most part though, it works just fine. I'm going to assume that Joy-Cons work just fine as well.
And reality are two different things.
So they didn't really replace the motion control so much as they've just adapted it to a different controller.
Did you really think I would let you do me if you hit number one? You really aren't.
It's been a long time. I don't think, yeah, this would be the first time I've actually gotten to this stage of the game, like in a place where the YouTube channel actually saw. No, wait, no, that's not true. I beat the game once, but I think I deleted the stream archive for it, because that was like way back in the day, like 2017. So yeah, we've basically come full circle. We started 2020 replaying No More Heroes 1 and 2, and now we're gonna finish it playing No More Heroes 1 and 2.
Now, don't forget to use the restroom. Trust me.
I like to imagine Paula Tiso in the recording studio reading all these lines with as much emotion as she can muster, and she's just like, what the heck am I reading right now? And she looks over at the recording booth, and Suda51's smiling at her and giving her a thumbs up. Just the soul-bearing, like, thing that she says, don't forget to use the restroom. And it's like, okay. It's so great. Okay, so, this next boss fight, there's a rhyme and reason to it. I forgot what it is. I'm sorry. I literally played this a month ago, and I do not remember, like, where I had to dodge. Thankfully, the damage isn't so heavy that if I mess up a dodge a couple of times, there'll be, like, dire consequences, but we'll see how this goes. Okay. Time to fight against God Hand. No spoilers. Oh, she looks great in HD. Alright, time to fight against Jean. This boss is weird because, like, there's a bit of a gimmick to how you can do damage. Oh, okay. Like, you can't do flurry rushes on her, you have to counter strike. But I don't know what happens in the phases after that, though. Okay. No. Okay, I'm trying to remember in real time right now how to do this. Ugh. When she does that attack, how do I just have to... How? Wait, I don't think you're allowed to grab her. I think she'll counter grab you. I have to space that properly. Okay. Oh, that was too early. Ugh, I'm relearning this entire fight right now. Poorly. Hey, let's just see how far we can get. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm the last one.
Oh, okay. Vaguely remember any of this. Oh boy. It's probably gonna be like last time. I'm just gonna have to like live for as long as I can and hope I discover what it is. Yeah, just space yourself properly. I choose to live! No! Pizza! Oh, that was not worth it at all. Okay. Oh no. I have to stay in like mid-range. Oh, really? It stays active for that long? Okay, if I dodged that properly, it's fine. I could have actually flurry rushed that one. Okay, I kind of understand. I won't sweat it if I die on this attempt. Okay. And as soon as I learned that she's gonna change her moveset, okay.
How about if I did this?
Oh, she's so cute though. Alright. Can't focus on that. We gotta focus on winning. Do not compromise. I always fail this. I always fail that on the Wii remote.
I'm the last one.
Like, it has such a small word for error with the motion controls in comparison. Yeah, just keep in mind of your spacing. As soon as she whiffs that, you have to go in. Oh! Ah, not quite. Like, it's just a matter of knowing which ones you can punish. That would have been a good one to punish. She combos it. Oh, okay. I don't know how I lived that one, but I did. Oh! Oh man, it's. I needed to. I think what happens is that you need to dodge the first one, and this should give you enough time to dodge the third one, because no matter what you do, the second one will always whiff. Okay, let's go. Full health this time. Come on, pretty baby. This one can be punched with a flurry. Missed the timing on that one. There we go. Nope. Don't waste your battery on that.
I killed your parents.
You're a joke.
Okay. Did a little bit better that phase. No. Like, you need to... No. Come on, do something punishable. Come on. Oh, that was it! I literally got what I asked for, and I didn't do anything with it. There we go. Redeem myself. Okay. Oh, okay. I messed up the spacing on that one. Gotta be careful because I don't know how long that's supposed to last. Oh! go. Oh no. I guess dodge back? There it is. Oh, no. That was bad. I need to be ready. You'll never know. Oh, that was it! That could have been it! Is this it? Is this it? Okay. No, this is normal. This is mild, not sweet.
Do it!
Right.
Brother, please don't kill me.
Sorry, G.
Oh yeah, we have to skip ahead. No, this isn't sweet. This is mild. Okay, yeah, no, I could have done so much better on that fight, but it's just that you have to like remember everything though. But as soon as you pick it up though, it's a really exciting fight. Okay. And that is Gene. Thought you said something rushing through on sweet. No, someone else thought it was rushing through on sweet, but I thought the game was sweet. No, I even have footage of me picking the game on mild difficulty. Alright. Wait, do I? Let's find out. Quickly go through the footage. Oh, that's a lot of hollies. Well, well, what do you do in that scenario? Did I? I picked it on... Yeah, I picked it on mild. Okay, I was just like, oh, maybe I did go on sweet. Because it did feel like battery consumed a lot less. Alright, here we go. Henry fight.
It's finally over.
Well, I want to watch this because it's Garcian. Or a guy that kind of resembles Garcian. Okay, that's all. We just wanted to see that. Oh, I don't remember how to do this. Oh gosh, I remember how much I struggled with this. Like, this is like a patience fight more than anything. The game, I'd say that your first playthrough will take you about 15 hours. Need to dodge that one. A lot of it is also having to discover the movesets too. Whew. The overhead charge, I forgot about the overhead charge tactic. It's like out... Like, you can actually flurry rush the first segments of that combo, but then after that it becomes an unblockable. I love Quentin Flynn a lot. Like, I love like both of the voice actors for these characters. They do some pretty great stuff. There's Quentin Flynn and Robin Atkin-Downs, both fantastic voices in their own right. bad. Because like, I remember like if you sequence it properly, you can actually get him into a bit of a loop. Yes! Okay, I thought I missed it. I thought I missed my chance. I remember he had projectiles and No More Heroes too. That was great. Really? Oh, come on.
I can't bear to look at your awful swordsmanship.
Oh, come on.
Do you even know what you're fighting?
Oh, this is where I choke. Ah!
Time for you to sleep.
It's too early. Ah, I dodged too late. Okay. Oh, man. Every single time. It's like my kryptonite. That particular attack is my kryptonite, because it's just like, it's so telegraphed, and that's why I never do it properly. Oh. Every single time. Every single time. This game breaks my heart in the exact same way, and I let it. That's the worst part, I let it. I mean, technically it's my fault. I'm just glad I don't have to do the motion controls over and over again. Okay, let's get him in a loop. It's fine. Every single time!
Do you even know what you're
This AI loop him, I think. I think I have room for one more. And then I gotta recharge. Oh, okay.
Do you even know what you're fighting?
That was another loop. Okay, here's number 2. Three. Four. I think I can do 5 in total. Hey, just in 10. Been a while, yeah. Okay, we can do 5 in total. Oh, I thought I dodged it.
Do you even know what you're fighting? How's this for a little fun?
I think I got it. I hope. Oh, please. There we go. There's no way I'm getting hit by that another time, man. Once is enough for one night. It's too demoralizing.
Damn it! That all you got, Travis? Don't make me laugh.
Okay, so do you know what? We're past the point of spoilers, so you guys that stuck around, there are spoilers.
Like you're my friend.
So,
Who the fuck
click away and come back in like 5 minutes.
Be serious. All this time you didn't realize.
This is my favorite cutscene of all time, so I'm gonna watch this.
I'm your twin brother. What the hell? That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. Why would you bring up something like that at the very last minute of the game? I would have thought you as a player would have at least expected a twist of fate of some kind. What? And hey, where's Sylvia anyway? She disappeared without a trace. Where the hell is she?
No, the Henry fight's a lot easier once you realize that you can do 5 loops before needing to recharge.
Spouse, soulmate, Henry's wife. Get the idea?
When did you two get married?
Because like the last time I did it, took me like 4 tries, I think, because I kept dying.
We were both in college at the time.
Oh shit! All news to me. I'm gonna need shock treatment to get over this one.
I'm sorry for all the trouble my wife has caused you. Forgive her.
She caused me some trouble, all right, but it helped me clear up a lot of things.
Ah, you know how women are. Especially my wife. A really big spender. Yeah, she knew my income wasn't enough, so every now and then she'd just disappear.
She's a bad wife, but a good woman.
What? Are you telling me that you and her...
Oh, come on.
But Travis, my brother, we're similar in many ways.
You're right. Suddenly you being my brother doesn't sound so awkward.
Let me ask you, how do you plan to put an end to all of this?
Wait a sec. You want me to tie up all these loose ends? I don't think so.
You're the protagonist. I'm just a cool, handsome foil who happens to be your twin brother. Hate to say it, but it's your job.
I want to bail, but where the hell's the exit?
Oh.
There's no way out, is
find the
there?
exit.
No getting out, right, bro?
That's right. All we can do is keep running.
Then let's find that exit they call paradise.
Let's go! Okay. Oh man, and that's the end of the game, you guys. Right. No More Heroes on Switch. I'm gonna quickly turn down the music and I'll just give my final word before we wrap things up for tonight. So yes, No More Heroes 1 and 2. It's big surprise that it actually came out on Switch today. Was not expecting that at all. But I'm happy it did, because like I mentioned before, it's something that I've wanted to gain a lot more recognition, because it's a series that's born out of passion for gaming, and in many ways this game represents that. And it would be really, really cool because, you know, with the announcement of No More Heroes 3, getting more and more people familiar with it, I think that's very important and something that I hope that more people, that now that the Switch is a much more popular console, more people will get into it at this point. And yeah, No More Heroes 1 and 2, both very, very good games. Two of some of my favorite games, not just on the Wii, but two of some of my favorite games of all time. Very interesting, very unique. Definitely worth a pickup if you like action games and you have a Switch. This is definitely something you want to pick up. Really, really good port for No More Heroes 1. I don't know about No More Heroes 2, but it looks very promising, so I'll look forward to that down the line. Yeah, if you guys have not picked up No More Heroes and you are interested in the series, then please do. It's a very, very good game. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. If you guys haven't already considered picking it up, Yusuke Kozaki, I know that guy. He's the guy that designed Camilla, and nothing else. Okay, so yeah, no, it's definitely worth getting into. Like, it's so great. Very interesting. Of course, if you're squeamish and you don't like ultra-violent games, then don't pick it up. I shouldn't pressure you into doing that if that's the case. But for the most part, though, this is something that you definitely want to look into if that's something that you, wait, who else do we have? Kimberly Brooks? Ooh, yes. Kim, my guest? Really? Catherine Fiora? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Kim, my guest, is from Thing. Yeah, she was, what's that game called? Metal Gear Solid. Alright, yeah, so, was very excited to see that No More Heroes 3 was announced. Like, there was some more stuff. It was so unexpected, eh? We were talking about that earlier today, how that Partners Direct had all this stuff that we weren't expecting. We got Age of Calamity, we got Control, we got Bravely Default 2, we got No More Heroes 3. Coming out in 2021, a game that I'm very much looking forward to. I might consider playing No More Heroes 2 on stream. That could be interesting. I think, we'll see. But other than that, though, hopefully you guys will be into it yourselves. Just give it a whirl. Play on easy if you want to. No one's stopping you. I'm gonna play this game again on bitter. It'll be great. I don't. Oh yeah. So there is. Yeah, I am waiting. Thank you to the team that put this game on Switch. It fits like a glove. Like, overall, this particular port, it's done very well. The only thing I didn't like, again, like, it's not even a big deal. It's just they took out 2 songs. Other than that, though, like, the package is immaculate. Really, really good, like, visual design. Everything looks a lot smoother. No frame rate dips at all. And that's kind of that's all you really want. Just fix everything up, clean up the rough edges, smooth out the rough edges, move on. Yes, very excited to see No More Heroes 2 and see how that turned out. Who knows, maybe I'll like it more. Maybe they've adjusted it so I like it more. I just want to clarify, I don't hate No More Heroes 2. But let's watch this.
You like this painting, don't you? Let's go, Jean.
Jean, the VTuber.
I know. Too bad there won't be a sequel.
I like Palatiso's voice a lot. Yes. Thank you, Grasshopper. Is that all we got? Pretty sure that's all we got. Oh. Oh, they're using the Back to the Future font. Okay. It took us 8 hours, but we finally beat the game. Snapshot. I think that's all. I think I've pretty much just talked my lungs out for this entire stream. Had a lot of fun, impromptu streams. Yeah, I'm really, really happy to be able to share with you guys. We had more of a crowd than usual. I guess because it was announced today that more people were drawn in. I hope people that came away from this were more inclined to checking this game out. Again, if you have a Switch and you're curious about No More Heroes 3, you want to see what the hubbub is about Pseudo51 and his remarkable, beautiful minds, please do. And, yeah. No, the to be continued in the Back to the Future font was always in the original. That's why it was so funny, because, like, Sylvia is like, oh, there won't be a sequel, and then it says to be continued. Like, really? Yeah. But yes, so if you guys want to check it out, it's not that expensive, I think. It's like 25 bucks. But, yes, please do check it out. And I think that's about it. What's coming up? Stuff is coming up. I'll still figure out what I'm going to do for the birthday stream, but that'll be when the time comes. But guys, thank you very, very much. Had a bit of a crowd coming in, which is nice. It's great to interact with all of you guys. Those of you guys watching the archives, again, thank you very much for joining us. All of you guys that were from Europe and you stayed up this late, please get some rest. I appreciate you being around, but I'd like you to be around even longer, and sometimes that means resting longer. Those of you guys that have school, study well. Those of you guys that have jobs, work hard. We're going to be in this for the long haul, I think. But yes, see you guys whenever. Is there anything else I need to say about this? Play No More Heroes 2. Play No More Heroes is great. Thank you, again, for all of you guys that joined up. But I think that's all the time we have today. We actually beat it, you guys. We beat it! From the part where we left off in the original stream. I actually planned on doing that for the Wii version, but since it came to Switch, I was like, oh, let's play it on Switch. Alright, guys. Good night. See you guys later. Ahoy. Probably going to put this up on the Twitters later. It'd be great if it did, but good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. It was great having you guys around. It's always fun. Good night. Or good morning. If you guys are watching the archives, it's morning right now, in which case, get back to work. You freeloaders. Let's find that place they call paradise.